And welcome in everybody as we are back on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube once again here. Thanks so much everybody for stopping by as I call play-by-play basketball action on the channel. A big thank you to everybody who tuned into yesterday's game of Oklahoma against Baylor. We have another great top 25 battle going on here with Kentucky inside the top 25, number 15 in the nation at home on this one at Rupp Arenas. They are taking on the Georgia Bulldogs for some SEC basketball tonight here on the broadcast. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below, hit the subscribe button as well, and we'll get this rolling here in a couple minutes or so. We'll tip off probably like 7-8 minutes from now. What is good, guys? Ryan and Vaughn, thanks so much for stopping by. Little Man Knows Sports, what is good? Thanks so much for stopping by, my man. I appreciate it. Everybody in here on the broadcast. Kentucky 13-4, 4-1 in the SEC, looking good at home with a 10-1 record at home this season for Kentucky. The big thing for Kentucky for this matchup, give the ball to this dude, Tyrese Maxey. He has shot the ball last two games, 71% from the floor, 5 for 7. He has shot the ball against South Carolina and Arkansas in the last two games. Big thing here is to get Maxey some touches in this game, definitely, because he had a couple huge matchups against in there against Louisville. He dropped down 27. Season opener, he had 26 against Michigan State. Is there a way to get this game online? I'll put it in here for you, Ryan, to get this game online. So look up 123 TV. It's ESPN on Google, and this one has no lag today, so this is good. I know the ESPN2 had a little bit of trouble with a lag, I think, on Friday night, but the ESPN has no lag over on the 123 TV or so, like the ESPN2 did on Friday. But I just posted that in the chat. Feel free to search that on Google. That is a way to get the game tonight here, no problem. Thanks so much for asking. Little Man Knows Sports can't stay today, no problem. He's at, oh, that's awesome. You're at the South Florida basketball game. That's so cool, man. Wanted to show support to the stream. I appreciate it. Anytime you guys are around, feel free to come by. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the game there for USF. That's awesome. What is good, Vegas Vix and Patrick? Thanks so much for stopping by once again. Yes, good luck to Vegas Vix. He's got his midterms tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be able to ace him, get a nice A+ for you. Nice solid 100% on your midterms. Wish you the best of luck. Vaughn here in the chat puts he's angry about those kids. They're not going to leave him alone. He told Alyssa Bailey today, his gym teacher, and she will talk to his gym teacher probably tomorrow. Sorry to hear that, Vaughn. Sorry to hear that. That's good that you're able to tell the teacher, and that hopefully she'll be able to put a stop to that. Hey, welcome in, Bradley. Thanks so much for stopping by in the stream here. So we're gonna get ready for this basketball game in a couple minutes from now, everyone. Oh, welcome in. Chicken Nuggets is back. Wow, it's been a while. Thanks so much for stopping by here, Chicken Nuggets on the channel. I appreciate it for you coming out here. So, in this game tonight, Georgia versus Kentucky. This is another meeting between these two teams. Kentucky won the first game of the season 2 weeks ago, back on January 7th. 78-69 was the final. Kentucky trailing, though, by 6 points at the end of the first half, 37-31 back on that game 2 weeks ago. Anthony Edwards was the leading scorer for Georgia. I'm sure we're going to be hearing his name a lot. Anthony Edwards is the number 4 recruit from the class of 2019. He is projected most likely to be a top 10 NBA draft pick with some top 5 upside in there for Anthony Edwards. He is the team for the Georgia Bulldogs this season, averaging 19 points per game. It's ranked now number 2 in the SEC. He dropped down 37 points back in November against Michigan State. So, for this overall series here, Kentucky leads the overall series, 111 wins to 21 losses. Last Kentucky loss, by the way, against Georgia came back in March 7th, 2013. That was at Georgia. Last loss for Kentucky at home against Georgia. That was all the way back 11 years ago, March 4th of 2009. And for Georgia, they're just trying to get back on the right track. They are struggling the last 2 games straight here for the Georgia Bulldogs. Blowout losses, lost by 22 at Auburn last week, 82-60. And on Saturday, they just got absolutely embarrassed at Mississippi State. They lost 91-59, lost by 32 points at Mississippi State, which Mississippi State has a record of 11-6, 2-3 in the SEC, and they're not even considered to be like a top caliber team or so. Most likely will not even make the March Madness tournament. So let's see here. Welcome on Sportscaster, guys. Thanks so much for dropping by here. Landon, what is good? Thanks so much for stopping by in Sportscaster. Hey, what is good, Gavin? Thanks so much for stopping by in Sportscaster. I appreciate it. And also looks like Knickerbooger15, what a name that is, but he is on Sportscaster as well. Yes, Jaylen Brown yesterday with a nasty dunk over King LeBron. I was putting together the highlight clip earlier today for the radio station that I worked at, and man, they were having a fun time over there. As this ball gets tipped off right now, as we get this game going on at Rupp Arena. Welcome in Landon on the channel. Kentucky with the basketball first. They have it at the top of the free throw circle. Nick Richards moving towards his right. Hands it off top of the key to Quickly. Swings it over right wing perimeter. Kentucky with the ball. 19:45 left to go in the first. We have a foul already in the court. I think Georgia committed the foul first 15 seconds of the game. Jason Tatum coming in clutch yesterday. Once again, he always shows up for the big games. If the Celtics keep on playing like that, it's going to be a tough team to take down in the playoffs. Kentucky gets the inbound. They have it. Right baseline, swings it back out to the right corner of the three-point perimeter. Dribbling now with Tyrese Maxey. They put up a jumper, a deep two-jumper. That one goes down for Kentucky. They lead at 2-zip. Georgia with their first ball now as they take it past the timeline. They dribble at the left wing of the perimeter for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now make it to the top of the key. Into the hands of Amanze Ngumazi. He swings it over to the left wing, back to the right here with Donnell Gresham, and we already have an offensive foul committed by Georgia. Rough start here for the Bulldogs. 2 fouls already on the board for Georgia. In this one, Kentucky will get the ball back in their second possession. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. I call play-by-play here basketball action on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Kentucky adds a right baseline. The ball gets tipped out of bounds and last touch by the Wildcats. So Georgia will get this basketball back here. We still aren't even through the first minute of the first half right now. Vaughn in the chat that for a kid who is a part of the gang, ditched his class to be in his gym class. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. The fourth kid in that group is now in the gym class. Shot missed by Georgia, rebounded Kentucky. Kentucky with 18:40 left to go in the first half. Swings it over to the left baseline. Into the hands of E.J. Montgomery. Dishes this one over. Right corner perimeter. Now they go inside. Floated it up over the top, and that shot drops down right there for Kentucky. They lead 4-zip. Emmanuel quickly hits that one. Georgia with the basketball. Second possession now for the Bulldogs. Already down in the hole of 4-0. They have it top of the key into the hands of Anthony Edwards. Moving towards his left. Handoff here. As they swing it over to the right wing of the three-point perimeter. Tomani Kamara has the basketball now. Puts it into the hands of Severe Wheeler. Puts up a jumper. No good. Hits the back iron. And Kentucky coming out now grabbing the rebounds. Rebound to Kentucky into the hands of Higgins. Higgins, top of the key. Makes his move. Free throw circle. Shot fake. Passes over into the hands of Montgomery. Montgomery puts the ball back to the right wing now. As it's Tyrese Maxey for Kentucky here. So I'm trying to get this up for you guys. Stream just stopped for a second, and I do. As it goes back over to Higgins. Passes. Right baseline, low post, and that ball gets poked out of bounds. They're going to say Kentucky turnover. So Kentucky turnover on it. Dribbling right baseline for Kentucky, and I think that was Emmanuel Quickly. Lost control of it. Goes out of bounds. Georgia gets it back. 17:40 left to go in the first half. The Bulldogs take it past the half-court logo. They have it at the right wing of the perimeter. Welcome on the channel, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Tiger Raven 18. I appreciate it for coming back again. And Dumbway DAR, welcome on to the channel once again. Yeah, Anthony Edwards. A lot of draft analysts are saying that he's going to go like really high in the draft, like top 5. That's a three-point shot missed by Georgia, rebounding Kentucky. Kentucky has it. Dribbling now at the right elbow. Floater. In the key, they get it. 6-zip the score. 6-zip now. Ashton Higgins just scored for the Wildcats. They lead it. 17 minutes left to go in the first half. Georgia with the basketball swings it over to the right wing into the hands of Kamara. Kamara passes over top of the key now. Goes into the hands of Anthony Edwards. Dishes this one back over. Right wing perimeter. Severe Wheeler. Wheeler. Dribble drive. Low post. Puts it up. Oh, what a block right there by Kentucky. And Georgia gets back the basketball though. And they missed the first shot to get the offensive rebound. That's the putback. It's up and good for 2 by Rayshawn Hammond. So It's 6-2 now the score. 16:35 left to go in the first half. Kentucky with the basketball, left wing perimeter, handoff into the hands of Quickly. Passes over to Hagens, top of the key. Ashton Hagens now with the basketball. Swings it in. Lob pass over the top right there to Montgomery. Montgomery gets fouled from behind, and EJ will shoot 2 at the free throw line. 16:24 left to go in the first half. 6-2 to score. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. I call play-by-play here, basketball action on the channel on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Vaughn in the chat here, he says he can't go to school tomorrow because of those gangsters. No, man, you can. It's just, you address the problem to your teacher, dude. It's just, I wish you the best of luck. First shot, that one's good at the free throw line. 7-2 to score. Just keep your head up, man, and your teacher should be on the lookout for you. You're not going to get beaten up in the classroom. Second shot coming up by EJ Montgomery. This one is coming up here. This one is up, and this one's through. 8-2, Kentucky out to a hot start here at Rupp Arena tonight. Georgia, dribbling past the half-court logo, Anthony Edwards with the basketball. Edwards passes over into the hands of Kamara. Kamara, top of the key, swings this to the left elbow. Back outside into the hands of Gresham. Gresham puts this basketball now into the hands back to Anthony Edwards from the parking lot. Edwards launches the 26-footer. Can't get it to go, and it gets rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky swings it over. Left corner three. It's open. It's off the mark. No good offensive rebound. Montgomery puts it up and in. Off the miss by Quickly. Gets that one with offensive board, and EJ Montgomery gets 2 there for Kentucky. Off to a hot start here for the Wildcats. 10-2 to score. Georgia with the basketball. Left wing perimeter. Looking to pass it somewhere. Let's see where they do, and they're going to dribble it themselves to the left wing. Bounce pass. The ball was kicked for a moment. Got away from Kentucky. Georgia will pick it up, actually. Georgia, dribble drive, dishes it back outside. And that pass goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Bulldogs. Rough start here by Georgia in this one. 15:28 left to go in the first half. Looks like we're heading to our first break of the game right now, and nothing going on for the Bulldogs. They're playing at Kentucky for this game, so Rupp Arena for this one right now. If any of you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like down below, hit the subscribe button as well, guys. I call play-by-play of basketball action, college basketball, March Madness tournament, NBA over here on the channel. If anybody's new out on the channel, feel free to let me know who you're rooting for as well in this matchup. So Kentucky off to a hot start in this one. 10-2 is the score. 15:28 left to go in the first half right now. Taking a look at the scoring numbers so far in tonight's game. EJ Montgomery, 4 points by Montgomery, 4 points by Ashton Hagens. Kentucky shooting the ball really nicely right now from the floor. 4 for 5 scoring-wise for Kentucky in this game, and they're making every single possession difficult for Georgia. Georgia having trouble. 1 for 6 shooting. 2 points by Tomani Kamara. That's the only 2 points so far by the Bulldogs. So that is it so far. Haven't been able to see Anthony Edwards hit any shots so far in this one. He is 0 for 2 from the floor by Edwards. Tried to pull up for a 26-footer, but it rattled around the rim and missed out. So let's see. Right back to the chat here. Vegas Vic's pointing out Anthony Edwards in the NBA going to be fun to watch. Whatever team he gets drafted to. Yeah, this is actually my first time watching Anthony Edwards tonight, so this is pretty cool because I haven't really followed Georgia basketball that much here since I'm from like the Northeast and stuff, and I try to give like every single team like a fair shot to be on the channel wherever the good matchups are being held. But yeah, it seems like there's been like a lot of like good hype for Anthony Edwards, and he's just done phenomenal this season. He is carrying Georgia right along. Let's see. Landon putting out his Kentucky Wildcats after this game. We'll play again. Yep, yes, Saturday against Texas Tech. If all goes well, I do plan to stream that game for you guys. I'll be out during most of Saturday from 9 to 4:30, but I should be back for that game for you guys for 6 o'clock. Hey, welcome on the channel, Alicia Williams. Thanks so much for stopping by. Alicia, rooting for Kentucky for this one. Thanks so much for stopping by, Alicia. I appreciate it. Kentucky is looking good right now for Landon. Big Kentucky fan here. Chicken Nuggets, thanks so much for keeping me with the scores right now. I appreciate it. If you guys have any scores, let me know with a scoreboard update. I'll do it for you guys. Kansas State, 7-7 right now. They are tied. Yeah, Kansas State in a basically rebuilding year with Bruce Weber as head coach. They went to the NCAA tournament. They were a 4 seed last year. If you guys remember, they lost to UC Irvine in the first round, but that was a lot of like upperclassmen on that Kansas State roster last year. This season, they're more like rebuilding. We're back to action. Kentucky with the basketball. 15-20 left to go in the first half. They have it. Dribble drive inside. Nice dish and feed over. On the jumper and the key, Nick Richards can't get it. Hits the rim short. They had offensive rebound for a second. Georgia gets it right back, though. Georgia with the basketball. Low post dribbling. Now they dribble back out. They fling this one back to the left wing perimeter. Georgia takes the three. This one is up, and this one is good. Dropping down the triple. It's 10-5. Just like that. Rayshawn Hammonds knocks down the three-point shot. Hey, welcome in, Old Head Deuce. Thanks so much, my man, for stopping by on the channel. I appreciate it. Kentucky with the basketball. They float this one up. Right elbow on the shot. That one no good by Maxey. And we have a foul on the shot. Actually, Kentucky going to shoot. Let's see if they're going to shoot two at the free throw line. We have 14:46 left to go in the first half. Welcome on the channel, Ty Sparks. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Give me a like. Thanks so much for the play-by-play. I appreciate it. Yes, so 2 shots here coming up for Kentucky at the free throw line. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button. I call play-by-play here at Basketball Action. College basketball, March Madness tournament, NBA, all on my channel Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. First shot a miss. That one was no good at the free throw line by Kentucky. Second one goes down. That is good by Ashton Hagans. 11-5 to score. Gavin on Sportscast, putting out Marcelo Ozuna just signed a 1-year, $18 million deal with the Braves. Wow. That's awesome for him. So that's in Major League Baseball for Marcelo Ozuna. Georgia with the basketball. They have it at the top of the key. Now to the left wing of the perimeter. Anthony Edwards, bounce pass inside. Feeds it to his teammate, Tomani Camara. Puts it up and in off the backboard. That will go in for 2. It's 12-7 the scores. They update the scoreboard. Kentucky with the basketball, right elbow, dish inside, low post, and a little bit of luck right there. They just got it to float up, and it went through into the net. I don't even think that was supposed to happen. They were looking to pass into the key. The pass was way too high, went into the net instead for 2. 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kentucky, so Georgia will get it back underneath their basket with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Let's see, right on the chat here, Alicia, SEC fan, but is in Phoenix, so it doesn't get to see them as much. Thanks so much for stopping by, Alicia. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm actually out in Massachusetts here. I call play-by-play of, like, all different types of teams here for, like, play-by-play. Whatever, like, the good games are, and tonight this is the ranked matchup on national TV. But I'm glad to call this game for you guys. I knew we were going to get a whole lot of Kentucky fans like we did last time in the game. Georgia with the basketball. Dribble drive, low post. Too strong off the backboard. No good on the shot by Georgia. And he gets rebounded by Nick Richards. Kentucky with the ball past the half-court logo. Hagans has it. Dribbles at the free throw circle. Puts up the shot. This one's up. No good. Offensive rebound by Richards for a second. But the ball gets stolen away from his hands. And it goes the other way with the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the basketball, takes a 3, top of the key, this one's up, no good, rattles out, ball pinwheels around, up in the air, and it gets taken out of bounds. Stops the clock with 13:20 left to go in the first half, and we're just trying to see who the refs will call this out of bounds here. Once the court loads up on ESPN, I'll get you guys to see who was out of bounds. They're going to say it's actually a defensive rebounding foul before it went out of bounds. So Kentucky commits the foul, and Georgia going to the free throw line. First shot a miss by Georgia. Coming into the game for Kentucky, number 10, Johnny Juzang, the freshman, as he gets some more playing time today. It's good to see a young player like him get some playing time in there for the Wildcats. As Georgia takes the second shot, free throw line, they hit that one, 14-8 to score. Welcome on the channel here, Arku3. Thanks so much for stopping by. He hates to say it, though, Rockets fans, you guys are in deep trouble. Sorry to hear that, man. I know Arku is a Rockets fan on the channel. Kentucky with the basketball. They have it at the edge of the half-court logo. Swings it over to the left wing perimeter. Now back out on top with Tyrese Maxey. Maxey at the left wing. Lob pass over to the free throw circle. Into the hands of Keon Brooks Jr. for a second. Tried to pass the one back. It's stolen away by Georgia. Bulldogs with the basketball, right wing, dishes this one back over to the left wing. They take a 3, no good. It's off the front rim and rebounded by Kentucky by Emmanuel Quickly. Puts Puts it back outside. They take a three. It's up. No good. Missed shot by E.J. Montgomery. Rebounded Georgia. Bulldogs with the basketball. Dribble drive. Low post. First shot's blocked from behind. The second shot they missed as well with ton of contact. And Kentucky gets the basketball back. Kentucky here. Going coast to coast. And they try to lay it up with a hard foul underneath the net. And Tyrese Maxey will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's why, yeah, you're a Thunder fan. So, I don't know why I mistake that there, but, yes, I would definitely say that with, Houston just keeps on, like, dropping or so. They just can't win the big games for the Houston Rockets. First shot's up, first shot is good. 15-8 to score. I actually don't have Discord chicken nuggets. Nate Sestina coming into the game now. Second shot coming up by Kentucky. This one is up. This one is good. 16-8 as they double that lead at the moment. Georgia with the basketball. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Lob pass into the lane. And that's going to be a reach in committed by Kentucky. It's Emmanuel quickly who commits the foul. 12:23 left to go on the clock in the first half. Georgia will inbound it. They pass this one inside. Dribble drive, low post. They put up the shot a little bit too strong off the backboard. No good by Anthony Edwards. But Georgia gets the offensive rebound. And we have a foul right after they got the board here. Stops the clock with 12:20 left to go in the first half. And see what we got. Got a couple of players subbing into the game right now. Tyree Crump, number 4 for the Bulldogs. Coming in, checking onto the game, number 2, Jordan Harris for Georgia. They're going to say that Jordan Harris was the one who picked up the foul as Georgia was going up for the rebound. They got the offensive rebound, but before it, they committed the foul on Kentucky. Kentucky gets the ball back, shoots the jumper, left elbow. They hit it for 2. It's 18-8 now to score with 12 minutes left to go in the first half. Johnny Juzang puts home the 2-point shot. Georgia with the basketball past the half-court. Look at they dribble. Now they dribble towards their right, as that is Xavier Wheeler. Passes over top of the key. They take the 3 by Georgia. No good. Rattled out. And Keon Brooks Jr. gets the rebound for the Wildcats. Wildcats with the basketball. Swings it over the left wing. Quickly. Passes this one over to Maxey here. Maxey with the basketball at the edge of the Kentucky logo. Tyrese Maxey has it. Makes his move towards the right elbow. Swings it back out to Sestina. Back over to Maxey. Maxey, top of the key, makes his move inside. Takes the left elbow jumper. This one a little bit too high off the backboard. No good. Rebound Georgia. 11:25 now left to go in the first half. Georgia with the ball. They have it at the left corner, the 3-point perimeter. Pass it over to the top of the key. Tyree Crump has it. Crump, guarded by 1 of Kentucky at the moment. Dribbles towards his right. Handoff into the hands of Tumani Kamara. Kamara dribbling towards his left now. At the left elbow with the basketball. Now at the left wing. Swings it back out on top. Georgia. Shot fake. Making their move inside. Christian Brown into the lane. And he gets fouled. And Nate Sestina, I believe, picked up the foul. 11 minutes left to go on the clock. So, yeah, Kentucky, early on in this game, they're holding their own right now at Rupp Arena. They're up to a 10-point lead here behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. We'll get right back into this game right after commercial break. So, let's see, right back on the chat. Vegas Vic's pointing out, D'Antoni is the one ruining the Rockets. Yeah, it's just too bad. Like, nothing can, like, mesh in there with all the pieces or so for Houston this season. They just, when the big games come up, they just, most of the time, they just always choke when the big games happen. Just like Saturday night, they were in the primetime spot against the Lakers, and they had, like, a ton of problems with that. They were up in that game throughout the first 2 halves, and then just total collapse once again when they get later into the game. Thanks so much, Old Head Deuce. I appreciate it. Yes, John will be live in 10 minutes with his stream on Off the Wall Hockey, so he'll be live as well. I already gave him a like on his channel. If you guys are new here, make sure to drop the like as well. Hit the subscribe button also, as I call play-by-play basketball action on the channel and Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Kentucky, able to shoot the basketball well from the floor. 55% at the moment tonight in this one. Georgia, struggling to shoot the ball on the other side. 20% so far by Georgia. Oh man, I saw that video that surfaced over on TMZ. Man, it's just terrible. Delonte West getting just beat up. It's too bad. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. But yes, he does need a lot of help. Oh man, that was just too bad when I saw that video, just getting stomped on. Yep, Landon putting out, yes, his Kentucky Wildcats looking good right now. Hey, welcome in Alex on the channel, I appreciate it. Hey, there's my man John dropping a like before I go live here on the video, I appreciate it. Good luck to your stream as well. 18-8 now the score, 11 minutes left to go in the first half in this one. Feel free, if you guys like hockey, subscribe over to my friend John's channel, Off the Wall Hockey on YouTube. He'll be doing a live stream starting in around like 10 minutes or so from now for the Battle of Pennsylvania tonight. I think he's got Flyers Penguins for that one tonight. Just gonna double check here. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, yep, there it is. Yeah, it is. Actually, yep. Flyers, Penguins, yes. So, if you guys like hockey, make sure to drop by John's channel as well as we get back to action. 11 minutes left to go in the first half. Kentucky looking so good so far already. 18-8 is the score. If the Rockets were able to get Andre Drummond, that would be interesting. They already have a good big man in Clint Capella. That's the only thing. First shot is up. First shot is good at the free throw line. As Georgia shooting 2 at the line. So that one cuts the Kentucky lead to 9. They'll have a second shot coming up here in just a moment by the Bulldogs. Number 2 at the free throw line, Jordan Harris, the senior. As that shot is through as well. 18-10 is the score. Hey, welcome on the channel, Uncle Pizzle. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it here. He's just saying hello, enjoy my night, like Jaylen Brown enjoying his dunk on LeBron last night. Man, that was just too funny when I saw that. Just the only thing the Celtics can't do now is they can't let it get to their heads. That's the only thing that he dunked on LeBron, and that they just start just not performing well like they did on over the weekend against Phoenix. That jumper and the key goes down for 2 by Ashton Hagans. 20-10 is the score. Georgia with the basketball. 10:25 left to go in the first half. They have it at the top of the key with Darnell Grisham. Swings it back out to the left wing of the perimeter now for Georgia. And they take the 3. Left corner jumper. This one is off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Ashton Hagans at Kentucky. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button. They swing it over. Left corner shot fake with the basketball. Kentucky passes back out on top. They move it over. Right baseline jumper. This one is up. It's a miss though. No good by E.J. Montgomery. Ball rebounded by Georgia. Bulldogs with the basketball. Deep 3. This one no good, off the mark, but offensive rebound. They get it with Ty Fagan for the Bulldogs. Puts it back out of the perimeter. Stolen away by Kentucky, but before that, Kentucky takes the charge. Low post. Anyway, Nick Richards down in the low post. Guarding took the charges. A Georgia offensive player just ran him over in the low post. Georgia picks up the offensive foul. 9:50 left to go in the first half. 20-10 now is the score. Alex cheering for the Flyers tonight. That's a big matchup for the Battle of Pennsylvania tonight. 9:45 left to go in the first half. Kentucky takes a 3. Left wing, it's up, no good. Hits the rim short. Rebounded Georgia. Welcome on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, Nick. I appreciate it. He's going to be here for a few minutes, then have to go to dinner. No problem, man. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping by for a couple minutes. Georgia with the basketball. This channel's up for here for you guys whenever you guys are around and stuff. Just feel free to drop on by like you guys have been doing. Georgia with the basketball. They have it left wing. Passes over top of the key into the hands of Christian Brown. He takes a 3. No good. Off back iron. Offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Low post with Hammonds. Hammonds tries to put it up. Shot gets blocked, and then they get the offensive rebound. Georgia puts it up, and they're going to count it. The shot goes up and in off the backboard for 2. That's Kentucky. Picks up the foul. It's Rayshawn Hammonds, number 20, who fed it into the hands of number 14, Ty Fagan, with a bunch of contact, got it to go, and E.J. Montgomery picked up the foul, so Georgia will shoot the and 1 at the free throw line with Ty Higgins, the sophomore. Alex has an announcement for Sportscaster on his channel. Can't stream the skills competition Friday due to a game he's skating with his friends. No problem, man. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. This is the time to go out, enjoy life, and do what you like to do. That shot at the free throw line is up and through. 20-13 the score. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Kentucky has it right wing of the three-point perimeter. 8:57 left to go, and that's going to be a reach-in foul committed by Georgia. Stops the clock with 8:57. Yeah, that's what everybody's talking about today. LeBron getting destroyed by Jaylen Brown. Like, all the talk shows talking about that is crazy. It's just, I mean, I saw it on the highlight. It just can't get to the head now to Jaylen Brown because they can't be going to the bad Celtics like they were against Phoenix over the weekend. 20-13 to score. Kentucky will go to the free throw line as Georgia picked up their 7th foul already this first half. And we're just over the halfway point of half number 1. Nick Richards at the 1-1 bonus here at the free throw line. First shot coming up by Richards at the line here at Rep Arena. This one is up, and this one is good. Puts this game to an 8-point game, 21-13. If anybody's new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, as I call play-by-play basketball action on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Also, if you guys are new, let me know in the chat who you're rooting for in this game. If you're a Kentucky fan or if you're a Georgia fan as well. This shot is up. This shot is good. 9-point ball game, 22-13. Georgia with the basketball. Kentucky, by the way, looking solid. Perfect 8 for 8 at the free throw line. Georgia has it top of the key into the hands of Tyree Crump. Crump passes over to the left wing of the three-point perimeter. They've been moving the ball around the three-point perimeter a lot. Going inside has been a struggle for Georgia today. They had it inside for a moment, and then they pass it back outside. Gresham. Lob entry pass into the lane. Georgia floats it up too high off the backboard with a lot of contact. It drew the contact, and Georgia will shoot 2 at the free throw line with number 24, Rodney Howard for the Bulldogs, as he was the one who drew the contact. Let's see, right back in the chat, Vaughn putting out, he sees those gangsters in his gym class after school. When he walks home from school, he needs to do something about it as well. Oh, no, man. That's not good for you. Try to avoid them as much as possible. Maybe, like, try to, like, see what time they get out of school, and maybe you can delay your time so they don't see you or so. First shot is good by Georgia at the free throw line. Yes. A lot of fouls in this game. A lot of fouls. That shot is good by Georgia as well. Georgia has picked up, just picked up their 7th. As Kentucky dribbles past the half-court logo, swings it over to the left baseline now. Kentucky weaves their way in the paint. That's the foul that's picked up. So that's foul number 7 or foul number 8 that Georgia picks up. So Georgia now with 8 fouls in this game. 8:28 left to go. And Kentucky with 6. Too many fouls here early on. Start and stop, start and stop. Hey, welcome into the channel. Thanks so much, Matty Joe. I appreciate it, man, for stopping by once again. Kentucky shooting shots at the free throw line. First one is up. First one is good by Emmanuel Quickly. It's a 8-point game, 23-15. Kentucky already had a win 2 weeks ago at Georgia against the Georgia Bulldogs, looking for the sweep this season, unless they do take them on in the conference tournament. Looking for that regular season sweep, though. That shot is good as well by Quickly at the free throw line. 24-13 to score. Georgia with the basketball, and Kentucky looking great at the line. They are a perfect 10 for 10 right now. Indeed, make sure to listen to Old Head Deuce. Great show. Please like. I appreciate it. Georgia with the basketball, top of the key now, as they make their move inside with Ty Fagan. Fagan, left baseline, floats up the shot. This one's up, and this one is good. 24-17, 7-point game with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Kentucky takes the 3, left corner. That one's off the mark. Pinwheels around, rebounded by Georgia here. 1:08 left to play in the first half. The Bulldogs have it. Dribbling at the right wing perimeter. This is Tyree Crump. Crump is guarded by Montgomery for the second. Now they push it back outside. Top of the key 3. Georgia takes it. Georgia hits it. That's a big 3-point shot at this stage of the game. They draw within 4. 24-20 is the score. Ty Fagan with 6 points right now for the Bulldogs. Wildcats with the basketball. Left wing perimeter, passing it back out to the top of the key to Ashton Hagans. Hagans now takes the 3. This one's up. This one no good. Hits the side of the rim. Oh, what a save, though, by Kentucky to get it back. Right corner 3-point perimeter. Wildcats have it, and that ball is going to get poked out of bounds, actually. Kentucky did have it for a moment. Did have it for a moment on the inbound, and then they lost control of it out of bounds. So right now, guys, we're just on a commercial break. Thanks so much, everyone, for stopping by on the channel. If anybody's new here, got 17 people watching. Make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. I call play-by-play here of basketball action, college basketball, March Madness tournament, NBA playoffs, all here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So yeah, definitely an interesting night tonight for college basketball. Taking a look college basketball scoreboard right now. Number 3 Kansas out on a roll for the Battle of Kansas tonight. They lead K-State 26-13 to score. Got a great matchup tonight in the Big East. Number 9 Villanova hosting Butler at the Wells Fargo Arena. Villanova leading number 13 Butler 17-11 in the score. This game, 24-20 right now. It's getting close. Georgia just hit a 3-point shot right before we went to break to get this game to a 4-point lead. Number 17, Maryland, having trouble against what? The second to worst team in the Big Ten. They're having trouble against Northwestern right now. 27-17, Northwestern leading early on against Maryland. 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Number 21, Illinois, leading Purdue right now, 19-16. Illinois has been a tough one to kind of like see this year for Illinois. I cannot get a read into them. They are one of the most difficult teams this season to get a absolute read into. Them, Florida. I can add South Carolina for sure, and those are the teams that are difficult this season to gauge. Purdue also, as Illinois takes on Purdue. 2 teams difficult to gauge. Purdue with a 10-8 record. They did beat Michigan State by 29 points at home. Illinois got crushed against Arizona. They suffered a couple of bad losses in there. They got a couple of good wins. So that's an interesting game. It goes a far way as far as who can be in the tournament and who gets left out in that battle. Tonight, Illinois leads against Purdue 19-16. Other games tonight, Duke against Miami will go on tonight. I'll be back, by the way, for that game, by the way. So feel free, guys, after the conclusion of this one, feel free to join me in. Join in progress we'll do for number 8 Duke versus Miami around 9 p.m. Eastern time after this game finishes up. So yeah, right now we're just currently on a commercial break. We'll head right back into action in a matter of moments as we are on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Yes, so Georgia made the adjustment for sure. Got it together. Definitely. Kentucky needs this win landed points out before they play Texas Tech. That's going to be a good matchup with those 2 teams. I should be able to cover that game, hopefully, for you guys. I'm out during Saturday during the day from 9 to 4:30, but I should be back in time for 6 o'clock later on for that matchup, Texas Tech against Kentucky. Hey, welcome on the channel. Kristen Markham totally agrees with me about Illinois and Florida. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, so Illinois and Florida, those are some of the most teams I can't get a read into. Like some days they've been good in college basketball, some days they've been bad, really bad with some bad losses. Same as South Carolina too. I have no clue if South Carolina goes and beats Kentucky, but they lost to Stetson and Boston University. First shot is good at the free throw line by Kentucky. It's a 5-point game, 25-20. 7:23 left to go in the first half. Second shot's good as well. So puts this one to a 6-point lead now by the Wildcats. Georgia gets the inbounds as Kentucky's trying to go for the half-court trap, and Georgia does dribble past the half-court logo. They have it at the edge of that logo now of Kentucky dribbling towards the right wing of the perimeter. At the right baseline, they fling it back outside. That ball almost stolen away by Kentucky. It is. It is with a 2-on-1 fast break going to the hole, and Nate Sestina jamming it down off the fast break for 2 by the Wildcats. It's 28-20. 6:55 left to go in the first half. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Georgia takes a 3. This one is up. Right wing. This one hits. That's good by Donnell Gresham Jr. for 3. Silences Kentucky a little bit in the crowd right now, 28-23. They forgot to get back on defense. That's the problem there. They were celebrating the Nate Sestina dunk off the fast break. Kentucky with the ball low post. Turnaround jumper. This one off the front rim, no good. Sestina tried to go for the rebound, but pushed off. They're going to call Sestina with a rebounding foul, and Georgia will get it back. Welcome back on the channel here. Once again, Arku3, of course. Man, hopefully Delonte West can get everything together. I mean, it's just so sad. Hopefully everything can just start going his way for the poor man. I saw that video. It was terrible. He's just getting like kicked on. Just terrible to see him get beaten up on the street. 28-23, 6:30 remaining. Nate Sestina now checks out of the game for the Wildcats. Yeah, me too, Vegas Vix. Feel really bad for Delonte West. Georgia here at the free throw line. Shooting the 1-and-1 in the bonus. First shot's up. First shot is good by the Bulldogs. 4-point game. If anybody's new out here on the channel for the first time, make sure, guys, drop the like, hit the subscribe. I call play-by-play here of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA, and the NBA playoffs all on the channel. Georgia. Second shot, the free throw line. That one's good. Interesting how they're hanging on. We had a great game tonight. Oklahoma should have tied that game up, by the way. I think they should have tied it up. I think the score would have been 58-58 if they had, but they went for a three-point shot to win the game 59-58, missed it, and Baylor went to the free throw line and iced it with free throws. Kentucky with the basketball, left baseline dribble. They step out of bounds with the ball, so Georgia will get it back. 6:12 remaining in the first half. Georgia, same thing as Oklahoma last night. They are hanging on there. Anthony Edwards, last game dropped down 23 points for Georgia against Kentucky 2 weeks ago. Tonight, he is scoreless. 0 for 3 from the floor, 0 points so far by Edwards. Georgia with the basketball. Right wing perimeter. They make their move inside with Gresham. Gresham bounce pass in the feed. Going to the hole, and that shot is good off the backboard. This game's getting interesting, folks. 28-27. Ty Fagan on the nowhere is 8 points. Fagan averages about 4 points per game. Kentucky with the ball now. Swings it over to the right wing perimeter into the hands of Maxey. Maxey dishes it back to the left wing, and that ball goes out of bounds. Kentucky turns it over. 5:43 remaining. Yes, I hope so too, Vegas Vix. This game, that would be insane if it goes down to a buzzer beater. By the way, guys, I'm still looking for my first ever buzzer beater in an actual college basketball game or an NBA game or any basketball game of so sort. Georgia going inside, puts it up and in, and they lead the game. 29-28, timeout on the floor here by John Calipari. They need to get it together at Rupp Arena with 5:32 left to go. I am shocked. I am shocked once again. Welcome on the channel here. Team Boy TV, thanks so much for stopping by on Sportscaster. I appreciate it. All that deuce pointing out Kentucky and Kansas always look like slow motion. Well, whenever I called Kansas, it seems like Kansas is just like allergic to me or something, because most of the time when I've called Kansas games this year, they end up losing. They end up losing like a lot of the games that were on national TV. Man, Kentucky was shooting the ball so well. 58% from the floor to start out. And now they're just shooting shooting percentage dropping down big time. 44% by the Wildcats. But they are perfect 12 for 12 at the free throw line. That is helpful there for Kentucky. A lot of fouls in this game. Perfect 12 for 12 at the free throw line can go a long way. If they've been shooting like Baylor, did yesterday, missing constant 1-and-1s, well, this is going to be a different deficit for sure. 9-zip run, last minute 40 for Georgia now as Kentucky has the basketball. Top of the key into the hands of Higgins. Higgins puts that one to the free throw circle. Ball almost stolen away by Georgia. Georgia gets it back. Higgins dribble drive inside, floats it up over the top of the putback jam by Nick Richards as Kentucky takes the lead 30-29. Yeah, that's what I'm saying here, Ryan, too. How in the world is Maryland losing to Northwestern? Let's see here. I'm going to bring up that score for you guys. Georgia takes the shot. No good. Rattles around the rim. Rebounded by Nick Richards of the Wildcats. Maryland getting crushed by Northwestern. 32-21 is the score. Kentucky with the basketball. Swings it over left wing perimeter. Now to go left baseline quickly. Quickly dishes this one back to the right baseline. Back over to Quickly. Takes a three. Right corner. It's up. It's good. Dropping down the triple. That's the good shooting by Kentucky. As they hit the three-point shot, Emmanuel Quickly's got 7. 33-29, 4:30 left to go before half. Georgia with the ball past the half-court logo. Yeah, it must be definitely me. Like, there's a curse. Like, Kansas is allergic to me when I call their games. Oh, Georgia didn't get back on defense. Kentucky going to the hole on the fast break, and they put it up and in off the backboards for 2 by Keon Brooks Jr. It's 35-29. They needed that timeout. Calipari made his adjustments. Kentucky comes back, and they come back firing right there. And a timeout taken now by Georgia with 4:11 left to go on the clock. 35-29 the score. Make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. If any of you guys are new, let me know in the chat who you are rooting for as well in this game right now. Kentucky was just down 29-28, but 35-29. Here they come, roaring back. A big 3 by Emmanuel Quickly. right corner, and then a big rebound by Ashton Hagans. Full court pass ahead of the pack to number 12, Keon Brooks Jr. Lays it up and in with one man to beat off the backboard and good. We move on to a commercial break in this game. We'll go over a scoreboard update for you guys right now. So here we have it, scoreboard update for you guys. Northwestern has surprised a couple teams this season. They beat Providence, by the way. They crushed Providence at home. Northwestern also lost to Merrimack College, which if you guys haven't heard before, let me know in the chat, but I bet you guys haven't. Merrimack College is now a Division I school. They played their second ever Division I game against Northwestern back in November. They converted over, I think, from D2 to D1. It's up in like the North Shore of Massachusetts, and Merrimack College beat Northwestern in their second game of the season. That was the first game they lost to Maine by 20 points. Second game they beat Northwestern. And now, how in the world is Northwestern beating Maryland 34-21? I have no clue. And Maryland's ranked at number 17. Crazy. Oh man, thanks so much for the update here. Ryan putting out an Illinois player ejected for stepping on the chest of a Purdue player. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Man, that's insane. Let's see who that was. I'm going to take a look and see. They have one really good player in Illinois. I'm trying to see if I see anything about our Illinois basketball, maybe ejection, if I can bring that up for you guys. If it's Io DeSumnu for Illinois, they are done basically from the game. If that is Io DeSumnu, I don't know for sure who it is. Let's see if there's anything. Gonna see if there's anything on Twitter for you guys. Currently, we're just on a commercial break right now. Oh man, that could kill your team a long way. That's gonna be suspension for sure. Illinois Purdue, it's trending right now. Griffin. Okay, so it's Griffin for. I guess that's Illinois. I'm gonna bring up the box score and see. Wow. So we're almost back to action, everybody. Make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button. 35-29, 4:10 left to go in the first half. Okay, it's a bench player, so that's not going to affect it too much. An Illinois bench player that stomped. It's a sophomore. Wow, that's still. Georgia with the basketball past the half-court logo. I gotta take a look and see what that video looks like after, if anybody's posted it. Right wing three, Georgia shoots it, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound, they put it up and in. Into the lane for two by Jordan Harris as Kentucky cannot box out, but are they gonna call it? Oh, yes, they are. They're gonna give them the 2 points. So they're gonna give them the 2 points. 3:52 left to go in the first half. If you guys are new over on the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. I call play-by-play here at Basketball Action, as we are on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA playoffs. 4-point game, Kentucky gets the inbound. Ashton Hagans dribbles past the half-court logos. He swings it back over to the left wing. Johnny Juzang now puts it back top of the key to the right wing over to Hagans here. Hagans passes to the right wing perimeter. Kentucky now over to Hagans once again at the top of the key. Hagans takes the three. No good off the front rim. And a rebound by Georgia by number 20, Rayshawn Hammonds. Hammonds with the basketball past the half-court line. They have it at the left wing perimeter for the Bulldogs. Making their move at the right elbow. Swings it back outside. Making their move inside. Dribble drive. Low post. That shot gets blocked though by Nick Richards of Kentucky. Here goes the Wildcats. Past the half-court logo, Hagans. Dribble drive inside to the hole. He tried to dish it out. The ball gets tipped out of bounds. Last touch the refs will say by Georgia. Kentucky will get it back with 3:10 left to go on the clock in the first half. 4-point game. This game's been quite an interesting battle tonight. By the way, Kentucky was trailing in the first game at halftime against Georgia this season. So Kentucky was down 37-31 2 weeks ago when they took on Georgia, but Kentucky ended up winning that game 78-69. Kentucky will inbound. Right wing perimeter passing over. They swing it over to the left wing into the hands of Keon Brooks. Now back over to Juzang. Juzang passing to the left wing to Quickly. Quickly with the basketball. Passes top of the key. Feeds it inside over to Maxey. Maxey back outside into the hands of Quickly. And we have a foul picked up with 2:55 left to go on the clock. And I believe it's going to be a Georgia foul as the ref goes over to Georgia here. I think it's going to be a reach-in by the Bulldogs. Is it going to be on Edwards? I believe it was on Edwards. So, Kentucky shooting now at the free throw line. They're in the double bonus now because Georgia has committed 10 fouls in the first half. First shot's up. Quickly gets it. 36-31 the score. Lots of fouls so far in this first half. Kentucky is perfect at the free throw line, by the way, tonight. 13 for 13. Second shot. This one is up. This one is through. 37-31. Georgia with the basketball. 2:50 left to go before half. They get it. Split the half-court trap. Passing over to the left corner perimeter. Shot fake. Passing back outside. Georgia's taken a lot of perimeter shots so far in this game. They have the ball at the right wing of the perimeter here with Anthony Edwards. Edwards feeds it over to the right elbow to his teammate now. Back in their way. Right baseline. Hammonds with the basketball. Takes the jumper. This one rolls around the ring and goes up to the net and goes in. They're going to count it with a lot of contact. No foul, though. It's a 4-point game. 37-33. Kentucky with the ball past the half-court. Logo Maxey. Maxey swings it back out to the right wing perimeter. 2:15 left to go on the clock before halftime. Wildcats have the basketball. Bounce pass. At the right baseline is Anthony Edwards is the one guarding. Kentucky with the ball. Right corner. So they make their move. Dribble drive inside. Nice feed. Low post. Going for a reverse-handed layup. They thought about doing the reverse-handed dunk, but Khalil Whitney goes inside. There was contact beforehand. They're not going to credit him with a bucket, it seems like. So it's before the shot. Khalil Whitney tried to just go reverse-handed dunk. He drew the contact, but they're going to say that the contact was before he was in the shooting motion. So take away the points. 37-33 still the score. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Whitney to the free throw line, shooting 2 in the double bonus. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play basketball action here as we are on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. First shot, no good by Khalil Whitney. Severe Wheeler picks up his third foul now for the Bulldogs as he checks out of the game. That is not good. 0 points. 3 fouls by Severe Wheeler, the point guard for Georgia, and he is also top 5 in the SEC in assists per game. That shot, the second one, is good at the free throw line as Kentucky extends their lead to 5. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Georgia with the basketball. They dribble past the half-court logo. They have it at the right wing of the perimeter. Georgia indeed needs to get to the free throw line if they want to make the game. This shot too high off the backboard. Offensive rebound. The putback goes down for the Bulldogs for 2. Kentucky's only missed 1 free throw at the line tonight. Tomani Kamara puts it up and in for 2. 38-35, 1:35 left to go in the first half. Hey, welcome in, Enver. Thanks so much for stopping by once again. I appreciate it here for being on the channel. Kentucky with the basketball, right wing perimeter. 12 on the shot clock. Swings it over to the left elbow. Nice feed inside. Higgins over to Richards, and Nick Richards lays it up and in off the backboard for 2. It's 40-35 now. Georgia with the ball. Past the half-court logo. 5 assists so far by Higgins, 10 points by Richards. Pass to the right wing into the hands of Crump. Georgia at the free throw circle, passing back outside. Shot fake, Christian Brown makes his move inside. Floats it up, and that will be a foul. It's going to be a foul, low post committed on the play. Minute 6 left to go. Hey, welcome on the channel once again, Wick2. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. So about a minute and 5 left to go. Nice feed a couple minutes ago or so. A nice pass inside by Ashton Higgins over to Nick Richards for the layup. Shots here at the free throw line by Georgia. In the bonus, they missed the first one. Ball pinwheels around, and the ball's in the key, and it's going to be an offensive rebound by Georgia. They pass it back outside. Oh, a steal. Kentucky going into the lane, and they get fouled, and 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly will shoot 2 with a minute left to go in a 5-point ball game. Let me know, guys, where all the Kentucky fans are. Indeed, Vegas Vix has a great point in there. Let me know if you guys are a Kentucky fan. Pretty sure that everybody in here is a Kentucky fan, and that we have, probably no Georgia fans. But if we do, let me know here. Let me know who you're rooting for, by the way, in the chat. Oh, man, they're going to reverse the call, actually. I said Kentucky will be going to the line. The refs, what Landon is putting out. I honestly thought that was a shooting foul, too. Kentucky gets the rebound. They put it back outside, and that will be a foul committed by Georgia this time. Khalil Whitney dribbling inside, and he just got slapped in the face by a Georgia defender as he was in transition there to pass the ball back outside to the right corner. Yeah, when Kentucky went dribble drive inside and forced the contact, that appeared to be a foul by Georgia. I can't believe they said offensive. Ashton Higgins will shoot now at the free throw line. They're in a double bonus for Kentucky, so I'll shoot two. 40-35 to score. Awesome. So week 2 is Georgia here. So cool. This so we at least get like another like team on here. We don't get like one fan base basically or so. First shot's a miss off the back iron. But welcome back, week 2. I appreciate it, man, for stopping by once again. Zion Williamson, his debut will be tomorrow night against the Spurs. So that's Zion tomorrow night. I believe I should be covering the Celtics for you guys on Sunday when they take on the Pelicans. First shot was a miss. Second one good at the free throw line is 41-35. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe. Georgia with the basketball. They pass it inside, take the jumper and a key, and we have a offensive foul by the Bulldogs as Kentucky takes the charge. In the key in this basketball will go back to the Wildcats. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. Just low post there to number 5. Anthony Edwards having a rough going on in this game by Edwards. Rough moment tonight to start out this game at Rupp Arena. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. 0 points tonight. 0 for 5 from the floor by Edwards, and he is projected to be a top 5 NBA draft pick possibly in June. Kentucky with the ball. 14 seconds left to go. They'll get the final shot most likely before the buzzer. 8 seconds left to go. They have it top of the key. Higgins dribbles towards his right with the basketball. Dribbles now right baseline. Feeds it back out. Right corner 3. It's up. No good off the mark. Oh, offensive rebound. Keon Brooks put it up at the buzzer. Did it go? Keon Brooks with an offensive rebound. We're going to have to see if he got it here off the backboard in time as there are double zeros on the clock. The score remains in the moment 41-35. Ooh, I think he held it in his hand just a little bit longer than when it went off. And it looks like the points are going to stay here, so they won't award Kentucky the points, so it's going to be a 6-point game. 41-35. What an effort, though, by Keon Brooks. Got the offensive rebound. Tried to go for a reverse-handed layup right underneath the basket. He just held the ball for like 0.1, 0.2 seconds. A little bit longer than the game clock when it went down to double zeros, and now we're at halftime. Wow. I remember that happened in the NCAA tournament, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. It was, who was it? I think it was Cincinnati and somebody else, and it came down to the final shot with 0.1 remaining, but they're not going to count the bucket. So 6-point game, 41-35. Could have been 43 if Keon Brooks had been able to release that basketball 0.2, 0.1 seconds a little bit earlier. But right now we're currently at halftime. If any of you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Let's see if we can get to 20 likes here at the end of halftime. Hit the subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play basketball action here on the channel. Yeah, so Old Head Deuce putting out Zion shouldn't rush. I agree with you. The Pelicans fans, I feel like the Pelicans fans will probably want to see Zion play they think that he's going to play 25-30 minutes per game, but that's not what's going to happen to Zion here. I expect him to play probably 7-8 minutes or so for the first game, then build that 8 minutes up to 10 minutes, then build that up to 12, then eventually 15, 18, 20 or so, and then so on from there for Zion. They're not going to bring him out first game against San Antonio tomorrow and plug him in to do 25 to 30 minutes or so for Zion. You don't want him to get hurt first game. Robert Horry, all-time greatest buzzer beater. Awesome. Let's see here. I'm going to check that out when I have a chance. So currently, everyone, we're just at halftime right now on the stream. What is this? Oh, 2002. So this is right, I think right before I started remembering watching basketball games, because I picked up, I think when I picked up a lot, I think it was starting in 2004, 2005 or so is when I was able to watch a lot of them. So here's one, Lakers Kings 2002. Oh my. Oh, they had. Oh, I do remember they had the games on NBC like early 2000s. They had the games on NBC for the NBA because I'm watching his buzzer beater against the Kings for the Lakers back in '02. Right when the clock was yeah, triple zeros releases it. So yeah, right now, currently just commercial break, everyone. Taking a look, leading scores tonight so far in this game. 10 points by, we'll go through Georgia's first before I get to Kentucky. 10 points is Chamani Kamara for Georgia. And then after that, it's been a shocker. Anthony Edwards, 0 for 5 from the floor. No points by Edwards so far, and he was the leading scorer in the last game. Kentucky, 10 points. Nick Richards, he leads the team in scoring. 9 by Higgins, 9 by Quickly at halftime, and also 5 assists so far in the first half by Ashton Higgins. 2 blocks by Nick Richards. Did I witness the Music City Miracle? I actually do not remember it. I think, yeah, that was in 99, so that was right before I remember watching football. My first ever game I remember watching was the Super Bowl back in 2000, the year before the Patriots. It was Giants versus Ravens. That was the first Super Bowl I remember in 2000. And then I do remember the Tuck Roll game, Raiders-Patriots. I do remember that. And then after that, I've just been hooked on watching the NFL ever since. But I've seen highlights of the Music City Miracle. That's when they had like old ABC putting on the game back in the day. That was when they had like the old ABC logo that they put up like top left corner of the screen with like it was like a red and yellow scoreboard that they had with a black ABC logo. What a time, like all these scoreboard graphics have completely changed. Scoreboard update we'll go over now for you guys in college basketball. Number 3, Kansas, leading Kansas State by the score of 39-23 so far at halftime. Number 9, Villanova, leading Butler. Number 13 in the nation is Butler, but Villanova in cruise control, 36-26 early on. Number 17, Maryland. This is a problem. No answers against Northwestern. Northwestern leads 40-26. Got a close game between number 21, Illinois, and Purdue at Mackey Arena. 30-29, Purdue leads by 1. Texas Tech takes on TCU. That game tips off in a couple of minutes. I'll be back later tonight for Duke against Miami as well. Yes, all that juice will tell me so many moments. That's awesome. Yeah, if you guys have like any cool historical sports moments, bring it up for me. That's all about what this channel is we keep on growing here and just spreading the word so other people might not know like some of the sports highlights that happened throughout like past year as well, to see if they can catch them also. Vegas Vix has got Chiefs versus 49ers to a shootout. I feel like the 49ers defense will be able to stop Patrick Mahomes, but I feel like they'll be able to meet in the middle some way, somehow. Oh, there's a huge game going on right now in the SEC. LSU, Florida at the moment. This game is huge. As far as Florida, they take on number 1 Baylor at home on Saturday. Kerry Blackshear draining down a 3 for Florida. They took the lead 13-8 against LSU. LSU has some quality victories. They only have 4 losses this year. Somehow they're not ranked in the top 25, and what a game. 36-34. LSU, by the way, perfect 5-0, the only team unbeaten right now in SEC play. So yeah, I feel like Chiefs 49ers, they'll meet there in the middle someplace. So it's not going to be a score like in the 30s, high 30s, 40s. It'll probably be someplace in the 20s for the score. Maybe like something like 20s, like 24-20 or something like that, probably, if I had to guess the score. But Kansas City has just been lights out offensively. But I feel like San Francisco will be able to stop that too. Let's see here. Christian back on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by the way. Edwards might have second thoughts about choosing Georgia over Kentucky. She puts his Coldo. He can play in the NIT while Kentucky goes into the Final Four. The tournament's just so wide open for March Madness. It is crazy this year. It's so wide open. I'm not even sold on Baylor by how they played yesterday. I'm just not. They couldn't hit shots at the free throw line. They're so deep defensively. That's the only thing. But they're the number 1 team right now for Baylor. But just shooting wise, they're not like a great shooting team. Unlike some of the other teams this season. Yeah, Landon hopes that this is Kentucky's year. I honestly have like no clue who I'm gonna even pick in my bracket. Like it fluctuates like day to day. It's crazy this season with everything that goes down. Some of these teams suffer like absolutely terrible losses. It's like awful to see, and that looks like it's gonna be Maryland tonight. It's basically like whoever's the home team wins the game, basically. Yes, anybody this year for March Madness from what it seems like. But yeah, Georgia most likely will be playing in the NIT unless they get some big wins in their resume. They just coming off two really just terrible losses this past week or so for Georgia. Lost by 22 against Auburn. Just got destroyed by 32 against Mississippi State, by the way, on Saturday. That's a tough one to swallow there, the loss against Mississippi State. Mississippi State is another one of those teams who's probably not going to be anywhere close to the bracket. Same as Ole Miss this season. Ole Miss made it in last year. And then Vanderbilt, of course, is like the very bottom of the SEC. So, yeah, it looks like more NIT for those teams. And then there's other teams that it's going to pan out most likely for NIT. It's make it or break it. A lot of these teams are in the bubble right now. Make it or break it between NIT or the March Madness tournament. Let's see here. This Kentucky team built for the tournament. Great guards, defense, free throw shooting. Need to get some production from Brooks and Whitney. Yes, that too. If they can get a deep bench, this team's going to be tough to beat. That's one of the things that Baylor does have. Even though they struggle scoring, they are able to get like different players like each night. Like a couple of players going off from the bench like once in a while or so for Baylor. But it's just they're number one, but I'm just not sold on them because they missed a ton of free throws yesterday. Once again against Oklahoma, and a couple weeks before against Texas Tech, they missed a bunch too. Vegas Vix wants Pat Mahomes to win. He deserves a ring. That is going to be a great game, hopefully. 49ers Chiefs. Winner takes all. Yeah, so definitely, if Brooks and Whitney produce, Kentucky is going to be so tough to beat there in the tournament. All that Deuce predicted at first, Ohio State takes the whole thing. Wow. Man, this coming from a team right now that's in the absolute slump with Ohio State. That would be a turnaround. That would for sure be a turnaround because right now they're at the very bottom of the Big Ten. With like, they just kept on losing out past couple of games or so. They're on a massive like losing streak like the past few weeks. Yes, I do plan to do the Duke game after this. So Duke against Miami, I'll join that game in progress after this one. This game might go over that time or so. So I'm gonna have to change over the scoreboards and everything. So I'll be there though for the stream. I'll probably join it in progress though with like in the first half, just like last week I did when it went overtime a little bit. But thanks so much for stopping by once again, Matt John Upton. I appreciate it. Yeah, so Georgia definitely trying to stay in this game right now. They're basically the same example as Oklahoma from yesterday, hanging in the game. And what I mean by hanging in the game is a team who is down by like 6, 8, 4 points that is constantly down by that point total, but doesn't yet have a chance to tie it up, doesn't put it to a 1-point game, but they're just hanging right in there. They're just hanging right in the game. That's exactly what Oklahoma did last night. It's just Baylor's just so good defensively, just top to bottom. It's just the problem with them is just the shooting. Like they struggled yet again yesterday to score points. Yeah, definitely. It's very hard to tell who the best team is in college basketball. When you got Gonzaga blowing out teams for like 50 points, but they don't play anybody like really real. San Diego State, they're undefeated, but they haven't played anybody real for like over a month or so. They crushed Creighton, so that's just... Creighton is out of the Big East too. They were in the top 25 last week. They had a great week last week, and then they crushed Creighton. Dayton is one of those teams they squeaked by St. Louis, but I'm pretty much sold on Dayton. They're led by Obi Toppin, a phenomenal player. Obi Toppin is probably going to be a top 10 like NBA draft pick in June. This Dayton team looks good. If you see Dayton lose against Rhode Island, in like the regular season, just don't panic. Don't panic at all. The A10 is so much better than like what people expect. They should have three bids in the conference because Richmond is there. Duquesne as well. Duquesne against Rhode Island tomorrow. That's going to be a huge game because that team for Rhode Island, they're just scrappy defensively. They put 93 points in Alabama earlier in the year. I know they lost against LSU, but LSU, that is an interesting team. They got like no love this week from the top 25 poll, which I'm shocked. Two teams that got no love this week: LSU and USC. USC with 3 losses beat Stanford to hand them their 3rd loss of the season on Saturday. Yeah, that was on Saturday. And USC getting like 0 love from the top 25 poll, like not even close. Like, I'm shocked. But yeah, the A10 is so much more competitive than what people think. Like Dayton definitely has the chance to run away with it, but the gap there between Dayton and the other teams isn't as big as what people expect. VCU is probably going to be the number 2, and then number 3 is like a toss-up between a bunch of teams: Richmond, St. Louis, Rhode Island, St. Bonaventure, Duquesne. It's 5 other teams there that has the chance for that number 3 spot. Yeah, Texas Tech too struggled when I covered them against Baylor. They weren't great at the free throw line either. They only have like one really good free throw shooter. I think he's top 10. Davide Moretti is top 10 in college basketball right now in free throw shooting percentage. If they don't get the ball into the hands of Moretti though, that's a huge problem. That's the only thing, is that the other players at the free throw line haven't been able to like step up that much. LSU football getting attention, affecting basketball team. LSU's basketball team has been low-key good. They have been low-key just really good this season. Undefeated in the SEC. They have a huge game right now against Florida, which Florida's been a tough team to read in. Like 1 week they've been really good. Next week they've just been like struggling there. A terrible loss against Missouri they had. So they're just like a complete seesaw this season for Florida. But that game can go either way. Florida just blew out Auburn over the weekend, and I'm telling you, Auburn isn't as strong as I once thought they were. They played such a soft schedule to start out the year. They beat South Alabama by 1 point, 70-69. They beat South Alabama. Auburn isn't as strong as people think. I honestly think they're going to be a one and done in the tournament. They're going to play their first round game, and they're probably going to lose in the first round, in my opinion. They'll probably get either a 5 or 4 seed and lose to a 12 or 13. Couple conferences to watch out for in a tournament that could pull off an upset. Number 1 would be the Ivy League. Watch out for them. Yale and Harvard right now at the top. They could pull off a severe upset in the first round. Another conference, Missouri Valley. Watch out for Northern Iowa if they make it in. That team could pull off an upset, possibly a second upset as well in the tournament. As we get back to action, Kentucky leads by 6 now. Second half going to start out. If you guys are new over on the channel, make sure to drop that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. I call play-by-play basketball action here. College basketball, March Madness tournament, NBA. And I call play-by-play here on the channel on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So Auburn's getting into basically their meat of their schedule now. They are finally getting to the much better part of the SEC. So it's not the bad portion that they did play to start out the schedule. As we're back to action. Georgia with the basketball. Passes over to the right corner of the three-point perimeter. Inside, they float this one up off the backboard. It's going to go 2. Up and in off the backboard for 2. 41-37. Tomati Kamara's got 10 for Georgia. Kentucky with the ball, top of the key. Wildcats swing it over inside, and that ball is taken away. Picked off, stolen by Kentucky. 3-on-1 fast break. Bounce pass to the hole right there. They lay it up and in for 2 by Ty Fagan. Fagan's got 10 points as well. This is a 2-point game straight up out of the gate. Georgia coming out on a 4-zip run to start out the second half, and John Calipari with a timeout taken first 35 seconds of the second half with 19:25 left to go. Wow, talk about the swing here in this game. Georgia coming out right on fire, and Calipari had to do this before where Georgia was up earlier 29-28, took a timeout, and then Georgia after the timeout went on a 7-0 run. We'll see if that can happen once again after this commercial break. Let's see. Yes, exactly. Auburn hasn't played anybody. I totally agree right there with you, Kristen. Oregon. Oregon is an interesting team because Oregon is 4-2, I believe, against top 25 opponents. But Oregon has played so many teams just so close this year. That is another team. Oh, man, I feel like Oregon's probably going to win the first round, but the second round's going to get more harder. The reason why is they only go with one player on Oregon. And if the matchup is there, the matchup can present a problem for Oregon. Oregon is highly reliant upon three-point shooting. That is the thing with Oregon. They've played so many games that they've been able to win this year by just so close a margins. Beat Washington in overtime over the weekend. Oregon is highly reliant upon Peyton Pritchard, the senior. He's the point guard for the team. He got the game-winning three-point shot on Saturday against Washington. If his shots fall short against like teams in the tournament, it could be a long game for the Oregon Ducks. They've been able to rally behind Pritchard, but other than that, it's basically Pritchard, the senior, playing with a lot of freshmen on that team. The inexperience, I feel like, is going to be like pretty much like a problem coming into the tournament. I feel like they'll be able to get to the first round. Like, they should be able to escape their first round matchup, depending on who they play. But the second round, if that matchup is there, it's going to be a whole lot tougher. So right now, we're just on break. If you guys enjoy what I do here, I call play-by-play basketball. Be sure to drop the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by the way, in the channel tonight. Another team that I see that is interesting in as far as the tournament would be Liberty. Liberty could literally win every single game of the regular season and then go all the way to their conference tournament and lose, and they don't get into the NCAA tournament. The reason why is because Liberty has played absolutely nobody. I think they have a record of 18-1 right now. The only loss by Liberty this year was right before New Year's against LSU. That is the only loss for Liberty. Other than that, they have played competition that is just way below anybody ranked from 100 onto all the way to 353. That's who they played for Liberty. They could go like 30-2 the rest of the way and not make the tournament, even with a good record. As Kentucky gets the ball back after the timeout, they go into the lane, lay it up and in for two as that shot counts. 43-39 to score. Georgia takes the jumper to key. The ball is no good. Rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky with the basketball. Right wing perimeter. Into the hands of Maxey at the free throw circle. Bounce pass low post. Turnaround jumper. And the key. It goes down for two by Nick Richards. 45-39 to score. 18:50 left to go in the second half. Georgia with the basketball as they dribble past the half-court logo. They have it into the hands of Ty Fagan. Fagan now with 10. Fagan at the free throw circle inside. Puts this shot up. And it goes off the backboard. Rolling around the rim. It goes up and in with the contact there. And it's going to count for two. 45-41 to score. Ty Fagan now with 12. Kentucky with the basketball. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe as I call play-by-play here at college basketball. Kentucky trying to go for the alley-oop. Lobbed it over the top a little bit too high off the backboard. The putback no good. Another offensive rebound. Can't get it. A third offensive rebound. And finally, they put it back by Nick Richards. Or was it E.J. Montgomery? One of them. I think it was Montgomery. Richards got the first one. Richards got multiple. And then E.J. Montgomery, the ball tipped around. Richards got the second to last one. Montgomery got the last one. It was Montgomery who drew the contact. Put the shot up and they count it for two. And it's 47-41. And E.J. Montgomery will shoot one at the free throw line. He missed it. He missed the free throw at the line. Georgia gets the basketball back. 18-10 left to go in the second half. The Bulldogs have the ball dribbling to the right wing of the perimeter. Now they have it at the top of the free throw circle. Georgia swings it back out to the left wing. Into the hands of Edwards. Puts that one into the hands of his teammate. Takes the jumper and the key in that shot. It goes back to Edwards. He takes the jumper. That shot goes down. Edwards hits his first shot of the game. 47-43 the score. Kentucky with the ball. Top of the key they have it. Higgins. At the top of the key, the edge of the Kentucky logo, swings it over to the right wing. Maxey back over to Higgins. Higgins, right wing perimeter, makes his move inside. Low post, Higgins, floater, goes up, goes in for two. Higgins hits it. 49-43. Make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe as I call play-by-play. Ashton Higgins has 13 for Kentucky. Georgia with the basketball. They have it top of the key. Makes their move at the left elbow with the basketball now for Georgia. Georgia Still with the ball into the hands of Severe Wheeler, and we have a whistle and a foul stops the clock on the play here. So that's going to be a reach and committed by the Wildcats. Yeah, Old Head Deuce in the chat pointing out Liberty players would say different to that. Yes, Liberty is legit just play nobody. Like, that's who they schedule. They schedule like nobody on the schedule. The only team they scheduled was LSU, and they lost to LSU. Yeah, indeed. If Georgia wants to make this a game, they gotta go to the free throw line, and they're only down by 6 right now, just hanging in there for the Bulldogs. Georgia with the basketball top of the key, as they have it with 17 minutes left to go in the second half. Top of the key with Anthony Edwards. Edwards swings this back out right baseline. As they have the ball, it's taken away by E.J. Montgomery in the low post by Kentucky. Wildcats now with the basketball, past the half-court logo. Top of the key, Kentucky has it. Dribble drive. They take the jumper to free throw circle. This one's up, and this one is good for 2. Kentucky extending it to 8 right now. 51-43 the score, 16-40 left to go remaining in this game. Georgia with the basketball. They dribble to the right wing of the perimeter. Pass it back to the top of the key. Rayshawn Hammonds with the ball, shot fake. Left double, spin move inside, and he draws the contact as E.J. Montgomery picks up the foul, and we got 16:34 left to go on the clock in the third quarter right now. Georgia hanging in there. E.J. Montgomery in foul trouble. Picks up his 3rd of the game so far. He's got 6 points tonight. As Georgia will shoot 2 now at the free throw line. Coming down to the free throw line, number 20, Rashawn Hammonds of the Bulldogs. First shot's up. First shot is good. So Georgia is getting to the free throw line during this trip. Checking into the game now. Number 12, Keon Brooks Jr. as E.J. Montgomery takes a seat on the bench here for the Wildcats. Feel free, guys. Join me back for the next stream. Duke versus Miami right after this one. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play here, basketball action on the channel. Hammonds hits the second one at the line. He's got 9. Kentucky with the basketball. They have it top of the key. Hagan swings it over to Maxey. Maxey now makes his move at the free throw circle. Passes this one back outside. Brooks takes the jumper. Right wing 3. No good. Ball tipped up in the air. Gets rebound by Georgia. Georgia past the half-court logo. Swings this one inside, and that's a bad pass over the top of their teammate's head in the key, and it goes out of bounds. Jordan Harris misses his mark in the pass over to Tomati Camara right underneath the basket, and they turned it over for the Bulldogs. 16-10 left remaining. Kentucky will get the ball. They lead by 6, 51-45. Wildcats have it. Top of the key. They make their move to the right wing of the perimeter. Hand this one off to Maxey. Maxey now with the basketball for the Wildcats. Swings it back to the left wing of the perimeter. Here at Rep Arena. Looking to pass it. Hagans over to Maxey. Maxey, top of the key with 10 on the shot clock. Passes over to Hagans. They make their move inside. Little floater in the key this one. Going up and then rolling around the rim. It goes up and through for 2. 53-45 now the score. Tyrese Maxey's got 4. Georgia with the basketball. 15:30 remaining here in an 8-point ball game. Georgia has it, dribbling at the right wing of the perimeter. Christian Brown passing this one off to his teammate. They make their move inside. Bursting past defenders as they get into the lane, and too easy with a layup for Georgia. They put it home, up and in off the backboard for 2 by Anthony Edwards. Edwards has got 4 right now. Kentucky with the ball. They pass over left wing into the hands of Maxey. Maxey here with 15-10 left to go on the game. Now they put it back top of the key. Inside the low post. Lob pass over to Richards. Richards dishes this one back out wide. Left corner perimeter. Into the hands of Hagans. Hagans, low post denied by the rim. Offensive rebound. Richards gets it. Puts it up for 2. 55-47. It's been a good game. Georgia going low post. Shot no good. Oh, Tumani gets it blocked. It goes out of bounds. Nick Richards blocking that one to the corner of the 3-point perimeter, out of bounds. As that was a shot that Georgia tried to go up there in the key. It was from Tumani Camara's pass. It was over actually the number 20, Rayshawn Hammonds. Hammonds tried to put up the shot underneath the basket. Got absolutely swatted away right there by Nick Richards and out of bounds. Stoppage in time on the court right now as we head to another break here in the game. 55-47. Kentucky leads by 8. 14:50 left remaining here. Make sure to drop the like, hit the subscribe, guys, as I call play-by-play basketball action. Box score this game so far. Leading scores for Kentucky, Ashton Hagans. 15 points, 5 assists by Hagans. 14 points by Nick Richards, and he just got the block in the last play as well. Nick Richards has 4 blocks in this game, 6 as a team right now by Kentucky. For Georgia, let's see what they got here. 10 points by Tomani Kamara. He's the lead, was the leading scorer, but Ty Fagan actually has got 12 off the bench. He's a perfect 5 for 5. Anthony Edwards, well below his season average of 19. He has got now 4 points in this game. Thanks so much, Old Head Deuce. I appreciate it. Please like, great show. I appreciate it. College basketball scoreboard. Number 3, Kansas, leading Kansas State. 53-37 is the score. Number 9, Villanova, leading number 13, Butler. 47-37 is the score. Other games going on since we're on commercial break. Maryland, they were getting crushed. Down by like 13 or 14 against Northwestern early on. They've cut the deficit to 9. Northwestern leading 48-39 against number 17, Maryland. Number 21, Illinois, leading Purdue 42-37. Number 18, Texas Tech, currently in progress against TCU. Early goings on in that game, 13-12 is the score. I should be back to action for you guys. Next game, Duke against Miami, right after the conclusion of this one. Tomorrow night, I should be back for some NBA as well. I believe the national game is 76ers against the Raptors, so that should be the game tomorrow night. Of course, I know there's a couple people here that's pumped up to see the Raptors play again for me to cover. So that would be cool. I've covered the 76ers like a ton lately. Like, I looked at the national schedule. That's who has constantly been on here on the national schedule. Let's see. So currently we're on a commercial break right now. If you guys are new to the channel, let me know down in the chat who you're rooting for, by the way. Thanks so much, guys, for stopping by here on the channel today as I call play-by-play of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA. Welcome on the channel, MTG. Welcome back here, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by once again. Yes, hello to MTG. Welcome back on. So, 55-47. This game was a whole lot closer. Earlier on, it was a 2-point game to start out the second half. That Georgia was trailing. Then they went on a 4-zip run through the first 35 seconds. But Kentucky, right after their timeout, they have silenced Georgia, puts it to an 8-point game at the moment. LSU with a good one, taking on Florida right now, as that game is going on as well. Hey, welcome onto the channel. Fun NBA Toys Life in whatever videos. Cool name, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. He likes Georgia. So we got some Georgia fans on here. Awesome. This is my first ever game calling Georgia basketball. They usually don't play that much in the national spotlight, but tonight they are here over on ESPN. Kentucky with the ball, 14:45 left remaining. They have it Georgia has the basketball, actually. Georgia has the ball into the hands of Donald Gresham, puts up the shot, left wing 3, no good, and Nate Sestina gets the offensive rebound. Sestina putting that ball into the hands of Higgins, and we have a foul on the court as that was Anthony Edwards, who was wrestling with Sestina before he passed it to Higgins, actually. So Edwards picks up the reach-in. And it's going to stop the clock now. 14:30 left remaining in the game. Kentucky gets the basketball. They have it at the left wing of the three-point perimeter. They pass it inside. Low post to Cena. Can't put it up. Too strong off the backboard. Richards tried to get the rebound, and Georgia gets the basketball off the defensive rebound. Georgia has a left corner three-point perimeter. They swing it back out to the left wing into the hands of Hammonds. Hammonds hands it off to his teammate right now. Moving towards his right, Christian Brown. Brown at the right wing of the three-point perimeter. Passes. Right corner. Double team trap set up by Kentucky. Georgia somehow dribbles out of it. They pass it over to the left wing. Georgia floats it. Right corner. They take a catch-and-shoot three. This one is up. Oh, what a tough shot. Hits it. 55-50 to score off a three-point shot by Anthony Edwards. That is the showing of an NBA star right there. Difficult shot from the right corner three-point perimeter with a hand in his face, and he drills it. 13:40 remaining. Kentucky with the basketball. Higgins, top of the key, passes over left corner. They take a three at the left wing. This shot is up, no good. It hits the front rim. Richards got the offensive board, but the ball gets taken out of the hands of Richards. And last touch by Nick Richards at the baseline as he was trying to fight for it at the baseline with a Georgia player, and it's going to go back to Georgia. 13:20 left to go. Oh, so you're not a Georgia fan. He's a Louisville fan. Welcome on the channel, though. Fun NBA Toys Life and whatever videos. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hal Gabriel, new to the channel. I appreciate it. Go Georgia, and great job on the play-by-play. Thanks so much for stopping by. Georgia, dribble drive, low post, and Kentucky commits the foul from behind. And there should be two shots coming up at the free throw line. Stops the clock. 13:08 left to go. 13:08 left remaining in the game. Number 20 for the Bulldogs. be Rashawn Hammonds at the free throw line in just a moment. If you guys are new to the channel, I call play-by-play of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA playoffs, and the channel. Make sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe here. And I'll be back next game for you guys right after this one, Duke versus Miami. First shot, up and good. That one counts for Georgia. It's a 4-point game. Shot number 2 by Hammonds at the free throw line for the Bulldogs. Rashawn Hammonds, this shot's up. This shot is good. They're hanging right in the game now, everybody, 55-52. As we approach that 13-minute mark left remaining. Kentucky with the basketball. They have it into the hands of Khalil Whitney. Passes it back to the left wing. The 3-point perimeter for Kentucky. Swings it back out to Whitney. Bounce pass. Right corner 3-point perimeter. Double team trap. They set it. They feed it. Low post inside. And Kentucky puts up the shot. And it's going to go up and in off the backboard. It counts. It counts for 2 by the Wildcats. And they get fouled as well. So they'll shoot the and one at the free throw line. And it's 57-52. I'm Zay, 2790. Welcome to the channel. He is a Kentucky fan, born right from Lexington. Awesome. Thanks so much for stopping by on the channel tonight. I appreciate it. The and one coming up by Keon Brooks at the line for the Wildcats. They lead by 5 at the moment, trying to extend it to 6. The shot's up, and the shot is no good, but the refs are going to call a lane violation by Georgia. They say Anthony Edwards committed the lane violation. He moved before the shot. So Kentucky has another crack at it here. So they'll have an extra free throw at the line. So here comes up the second chance free throw for Kentucky. 12:52 left to go. Here's the shot by Keon Brooks. This one's up. He misses that one as well. Rattled out. Rebounded Georgia. Georgia with the basketball. 5-point game. They take it past the half-court logo. Georgia swings it over to the left wing, 3-point perimeter. Anthony Edwards has it. Dishes this one inside. They take the jumper. Free throw circle. It is up. It is good. Hits it down. And that shot is good. Actually, it went back to Edwards, and Edwards drilled it for the 2-point shot. It's 57-54. 12:20 left remaining. Kentucky with the basketball at the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. Edwards has got 9 at the moment. He had 0 points in the first half. Left corner 3. Kentucky misses it off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. Keon Brooks coming up with a big one off the boards, and he puts it up and in for 2. Georgia with the ball left baseline. The ball gets kicked out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. And Kentucky will get it back. 12:09 left to go remaining in this game. It's been a pretty good game here. Georgia hanging right in there at the moment, just like Oklahoma last night. Never really seemed like Oklahoma was like taking control of the game, but they were hanging in there with Baylor. Georgia doing the same right now, down by 5. Kentucky with the ball. 12 minutes left to go. Kentucky swings it left baseline dribble to the hoop. They lay it up and in. And they get fouled. Tyrese Maxey gonna go to the free throw line after a commercial break, but he lays it up and in for 2. 61-54 to score. Kentucky just got the shot at the left baseline just a moment ago with Tyrese Maxey. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play basketball action here as we are on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So yeah, thanks so much guys for all the new people stopping by tonight on the channel here. I'm Zay2790, fun NBA toys life and whatever videos, and Hal Gabriel, welcome to the channel guys. $11:57 left to go in this game. Taking a look, leading scores right now. For Kentucky, it looks like this. 15 by Ashton Hagans, 14 by Nick Richards. And as far as Georgia, the leading scores look like this. 11 by Hammonds for Georgia. Kamara's got 10. Anthony Edwards with 9 points right now. Actually, 12 points is the leading score by Tay Fagan. Did they not count it? I'm just going to put it down for now. 59-54. I thought they counted at the left baseline. Should be 61, but yeah, I just double checked too with ESPN, and they got 59 on it. Let's see. I'm just gonna go right back to the play-by-play. Let's see what I'm just gonna bring up what they have. That's weird. So did they not count it? 59-54. They must have not counted a shot. It looked like Maxey got it in, like he was fouled during the shooting motion. But they say foul on Jordan Harris, so it must have been a non-shooting foul, so they're not going to count it. Alright, so I cleared those 2 points off the board. So now we're correct, it seems to be. 59-54. So yeah, they didn't clear the shot to count. Wow. That definitely looked like a shooting foul. Wow. Alright, so right now we're just on break, everybody. We're going to head right back in here in just a moment. Taking a look at other games going on throughout college basketball right now. Number 3, Kansas blowing out Kansas State 62-40 is the score. Number 9, Villanova taking on number 13, Butler 49-45 is the score. Other games, number 17, Maryland trailing against Northwestern 53-45. Northwestern leading, trying to pull off the upset at home. Number 18, Texas Tech up against TCU 23-15 now. And number 21, Illinois pulling away from Purdue at home, 51-39. Purdue, they had a big win against Michigan State, but tonight at home, they're struggling once again against Illinois. Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it, Hal Gabriel. Welcome onto the channel. I appreciate it. I call play-by-play here at college basketball, NBA, March Madness tournament, NBA playoffs. So thanks so much for stopping by here. I appreciate it. Next game right after this one, Duke versus Miami. Feel free to check me out for that stream as well tomorrow night. I'll be back for some NBA for you guys. Kentucky will inbound it. So they say the bucket wasn't good, and that time they put it up and in off the inbound for 2. So they get 61 on the board this time. 61-54, Johnny Juzang puts it up and in into the net for 2. Georgia with the basketball. They have it now at the top of the key. Into the hands of Christian Brown. Brown swings it back over to the right wing perimeter for the Bulldogs. 11:35 left remaining in the game. Bounce pass. Low post. Stolen away here. Kentucky with a couple numbers in the fast break. 3-on-2. Lob pass over the top. Oh, they couldn't finish for the alley-oop, but they have a little bit of help from their teammate. Keon Brooks puts it up and in. Off the offensive rebound. All alone for 2. 9-point lead. 11:20 left remaining here. Georgia just turned it over. We'll see what they can do with this possession. Top of the key, Georgia swings it over left wing 3. They take it. This one is up. No good. Hits the back iron of the rim. Rebounded Kentucky. Kentucky with the ball. Passing it. And that ball gets tipped up in the air. Georgia steals it with numbers in the fast break. Georgia swings it back out to the left corner. Going to set up the offense. Left elbow. Feeds it. Low post. Georgia puts it up for 2. Christian Brown off the backboard. It's good. 63-56 now is the score. 10:45 left remaining. If you guys are new, make sure to drop the like down below, hit the subscribe. Kentucky with the basketball as we approach 10:30 remaining. Swings it back outside to the right corner baseline dribble. Kentucky dribble drive to the rim, and that ball get taken away, stripped at the right baseline as that was Johnny Juzang. He's come in, scored 6 points off the bench tonight by Johnny Juzang, the freshman from Los Angeles, California. Juzang just got stripped with the basketball at the right baseline, though, by a Georgia defender. Let's see, fun NBA toys, life, whatever videos post on my chat here. He is leaving. He'll see me when I get Duck and tell him when he was born in Lexington, but he lives in Winchester. Kentucky gets the offensive inbound, but they can't put up the shot. Rebounded by Georgia. 10:20 remaining. Bulldogs with the basketball. Bulldogs having another steal by Kentucky in the key. Kentucky dribble drive. Low post inside. Floats it up, rolling around the rim. It goes in for 2. Emmanuel quickly hits it. Back to a 9-point game, 65-56, halfway through the second half now, 10 minutes even. Left to go in the ball game, 38 points tonight in the paint by Kentucky. Georgia with the basketball. Right elbow, they dribble that ball now for the Georgia Bulldogs. Puts it back out to the right wing, the 3-point perimeter. Bounce pass inside. Bad pass to the right baseline off the fingertips of Rashawn Hammonds, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Turnover Georgia. Kentucky will get it back. Sloppy basketball past couple minutes by Georgia as they've allowed Kentucky to force about 4 turnovers on the last 5 possessions. Kentucky has the basketball now as they put the ball in the hands of their backcourts, as this will be Maxey who takes it past the half-court logo. Let's see, right back in the chat here. I'm Zay2790. Should be a Kentucky fan where you aren't lonely or surrounded by bandwagons this season. He puts here in the chat to somebody else. 65-56 to score. 9:30 left to go. We have a whistle and a foul committed by Georgia right inside the key. I think it's going to be called a reach-in for Georgia. Wildcats will get the inbounds. Coming out of the game, number 4 for Kentucky will be Nick Richards as he takes a seat on the bench right now. Kentucky will get the inbound, passing over to Keon Brooks, swings it back out on top now. Kentucky at the right wing of the perimeter into the hands of Higgins. Higgins, dribble drive, Feeds it over Montgomery. Takes the jumper. EJ, perfect. Drills it down. It's a 11-point lead now for the Wildcats. 67-56, 9-10 left remaining. Comfortable lead at the moment by Kentucky as they've been able to force Georgia turnovers the past couple possessions. Bulldogs with the basketball right wing perimeter as they have it now to the top of the key into the hands of Ty Fagan. Fagan drilling towards his left. Passes over top of the key. Georgia jacks up a three. This one not even close. Hits the rim short. Rebound in Kentucky. Oh, they get the full court outlet pass all the way ahead. Full steam ahead. And Keon Brooks jamming it down for two as Georgia forgot how to play defense back in transition. And a timeout taken now by the Bulldogs in the court. 8:50 left remaining here. This game taking place home court of Kentucky at Rupp Arena. And it's exploding right now in action. 69-56 is the score. Kentucky out to their largest lead of the game as they lead by 13 points. If you guys enjoy what I do, I call play-by-play of basketball action here, college and the NBA on my channel. Make sure to drop the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Let's see if we can get to 25 plus likes here before I sign off on the video. That would be awesome if we could do so, guys. If you guys are new as well, let me know down in the chat who you're rooting for in this game. If you're a Kentucky fan, let me know in the chat. If you're a Georgia fan, let me know as well. Kentucky exploding. 12-2 run. Last 3 minutes, 45 seconds as Georgia just took a timeout. I'm Zay2790 putting out his old Kentucky home in here on the channel for I'm Zay2790. Alright, so almost back to commercial action here right after this break. Kentucky shooting the ball great from the floor, 54% at the moment in this one. From three-point range, they haven't been able to hit threes. They're only 1 for 9 from downtown so far in this game. Georgia's taken 23-point shots. They have only delivered on 4 of those. Yes, indeed. Listen to my man, Old Head Deuce. I appreciate it, man. Please like and subscribe. I am the man. I appreciate it. Jumper at the free throw circle. That one is up, and that one is good for 2 by Georgia right after the timeout, 69-58. Yes, I do NFL. I'm going to drop the link to my football channel. It's a separate channel. It's called Final Yard Football on YouTube. I just posted that for you guys. So if you guys enjoy the NFL, take a look at the link I just posted in the chat. That is my football play-by-play channel on YouTube. It's called Final Yard Football on YouTube. I'll be covering the Super Bowl over there. This is my basketball channel. Welcome to the channel, Noel71. Thanks so much for stopping by once again. I appreciate it. Lots of contact as Kentucky went inside, low post, floated up the shot, and he got fouled. 2 shots coming up by the Wildcats at the free throw line. It's Emmanuel Quickly shooting 2. Quickly's got 11, perfect 4 for 4 until that one hit the front rim, no good. And it's still an 11-point lead by the Wildcats, 69-58. Quickly will get his second shot coming up at the free throw line. He is number 1 in the SEC, 92.5 at the free throw line this season with his free throw shooting percentage. That one is good. Kentucky with a 70 spot on the board at the moment tonight. 70-58 is the score. 8:10 left remaining in this game. Georgia with the basketball. They have it top of the key. Swings it back to the left wing perimeter to the hands of Ty Fagan. Fagan moving towards his right now with the ball. Fagan guarded by 1. Swings it back to the left wing into the hands of Tyree Crump. Dribble drive inside. Floats it up. And Crump with a lot of contact gets fouled and will shoot 2 at the free throw line with 8 minutes left to go in this game. 70-58 is the score. So, Christian on the chat right now putting here, Kentucky getting ready to step on their throats at the moment here. Kentucky trying to go for that knockout punches. They are in full control of this game. That slam dunk really rejuvenated Rupp Arena with Keon Brooks Jr. Just full court pass right ahead of the pack, and Brooks jammed it down with the one hand. Noel71 on the chat right here. Always and forever a Duck. Thanks so much, guys, for all the new people here on the channel today. Fun NBA Toys Life. I'm Zay2790. Kristen, you guys have been awesome tonight. I appreciate it. Alright, so currently we're just on this commercial break. Let's see, college basketball scoreboard. We'll go over what's going on at the moment tonight here on the scoreboard. Number 9, Villanova leading number 13, Butler. 56-45 is the score in the Big East battle there. Number 3, Kansas. Taking a beating. Kansas just completely crushing Kansas State tonight, 69-45. K-State at the very bottom of the Big 12 Conference. And number 21, Illinois, taking an absolute crashing just crushing Purdue at the moment here, 60-47. Illinois looking good at the moment in that game. Number 18, Texas Tech leading a close one early on, 25-22 over TCU. And how about this? Number 17, Maryland doesn't quit, just hit the jumper. They lead 58-55 over Northwestern. Maryland in that game was down by double digit, I think like 12 or 13 points earlier on. Hey, welcome back on the channel once again. Thanks so much for stopping by, Boulder Vaughn. I appreciate it, as he is here on the channel. Welcome in, Boulder Vaughn, once again, right here to another basketball action game. 8 minutes left remaining. Kentucky leads by 12, as currently we're just on the break here in this game, and we'll go right back after all these messages. So yeah, if any of you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike the like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. I call play-by-play basketball action here on the channel. Also, I'm going to post in here in the chat. If you guys would like, feel free to join me after this game as well. I'll be calling Duke versus Miami at 9 o'clock. Right after the conclusion of this one, actually. I have to change everything around with the scoreboard, so I'm going to take probably like a 10 to 12 minute break and join the game in progress. So feel free to join me back for Miami versus Duke right after this game concludes. I appreciate Boulder Vaughn. He loves the stream. Thanks so much for being a part here on the channel. Dunway DAR putting can't believe that Kentucky is up. Georgia was keeping it close. They were hanging in here, but just Kentucky right now, they're just too much at Rupp Arena at their home court. Georgia does not look like an NCAA tournament team, that is for sure. I don't know why people still had them in their bracketology to this moment right now, like as like a 10 or 11 or 12 seed. They don't look like a tournament team at all. They can go right back over. They'll probably go to the NIT most likely for Georgia. First shot, though, at the free throw line, Tyree Crump. This one's up. This one is good. They put it to an 11-point game. If they're able to get this back to 6 with like 3 minutes remaining, it's going to get more interesting if they can do that, because that means they'll be able to hang into the game. But Kentucky has been able to hit their free throws, so it's going to be tough if they're down by 6 with that 3-minute mark left to go to get back against this type of team. Now, if it was Baylor from last night, Baylor couldn't hit their free throws to the free throw line, so that's how Oklahoma was able to come from behind by 6 points and lose by only a couple last night. 70-60, the score. Kentucky with the basketball, right corner, 3-point perimeter. 7:40 remaining for the Wildcats. They have it. They take the jumper, right elbow. This one is up. Solid money. It goes down for 2. It's Emmanuel quickly. 72-60. Actually, it's Higgins. Higgins got it. He's got 17. Higgins with a jumper right there at the right elbow. 72-60. 7:25 left remaining in this game tonight. Georgia with the basketball. They bounce past it inside. Feed it back over on top. Top of the key. They take the 3. It's up. It is good. Georgia hits it with a big 3-point shot. It's a 9-point game. Rashawn Hammond's got 14 tonight for the Bulldogs. Rupp Arena is loud. I bet so. One of the most intense basketball arenas there are in the college basketball landscape. Rupp Arena here. That jumper no good. Left baseline. Kentucky gets the offensive rebound. A lot of contact, and Georgia is going to get the basketball back after the block. Bounce pass. Up ahead. Left baseline. They jam it down for 2 by the Bulldogs, and John Calipari is he going to take a timeout here? I believe so. 72-65 the score. 6:50 left remaining, as Georgia got the basketball off the block on the last play. They went full court ahead. Bounced past low post and jammed it down for the two-handed slam. As number 20, Rashawn Hammonds. Oh, they're going to assess Hammonds with a technical after the slam dunk. There was something that was said after Hammond slammed it down for Georgia. And that is a no-no, especially when you're down by 7 right now. So, Rashawn Hammonds assessed with a technical foul after he slam dunked the basketball, and Kentucky going to shoot at the free throw line. So, Higgins just got the jumper a couple moments ago at the free throw line here for Kentucky. That first shot, that one's up. That is good by Tyrese Maxey. 73-65 is the score. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below, hit the subscribe, as well as I call play-by-play basketball action here on the channel and Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. What if Duke takes another loss again? I don't expect that to happen against Miami, but this season has been crazy. Expect the unexpected, but they blew out Miami like 2 weeks ago, like 2.5 weeks ago or so. They shouldn't have a problem tonight at home against Miami. 73-65, 6:40 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. They take the jumper. Left elbow is up. It is money. They sink that one. It's back to a 10-point ball game. E.J. Montgomery on the board with double digits. Now he's got 10. 10-point lead here by the Wildcats under 6.5 remaining. Georgia with the basketball. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Floats it back out to Hammonds. Takes the three. Top of the key. This one's up. Hammonds, no good. Hits back iron. Rebound by Kentucky by Tyrese Maxey. Maxey dribbles past the half-court logo. He slows down tempo. Bounce pass at the left wing into the hands of Hagans. Hagans dribbles now to the top of the key. Sets towards the edge of the Kentucky logo. Hagan swings it back over to Maxey. Maxey moves towards his right with the basketball. Maxey passes right wing into the hands of Quickly. Moves it over to Hagans once again. Top of the key. Lob over the top. That ball deflected. Stolen away by Georgia. And Georgia gets the basketball. Georgia dribble drive inside. Low post. Floats it up and... Not going to count or no. We got a lot of contact on that shot. Georgia should be shooting 2 at the free throw line. So the shot won't count in. Wasn't sure if Kentucky got called with a goaltending. But Georgia will shoot 2 at the free throw line. One more like away from 25 in the channel. Make sure, guys, hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play basketball action here as we're on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Georgia at the free throw line. The shot's good. 9-point game. 75-66 is the score at the moment. Shot number 2 here by the Bulldogs at the free throw line. This shot is good. Tyree Crump, perfect 4 for 4 at the line tonight for the Bulldogs. 8-point game. 75-67. 5:45 left to go in this one. Kentucky with the basketball. Dribble drive inside. They have it at the free throw circle. Dishes at low post over to Nick Richards. Richards going to be credited with the basket or no? They're going to say, wow, these refs tonight just... Once again, they must be allergic to Kentucky or something. Nick Richards had a lob pass over the top, and John Calipari along the side here. He's like, how in the world is that not a shooting foul? Nick Richards will shoot 2 at the line, but that ball should have been tipped into the net, awarded with the 2 points. But no, lots of contact, and they say no foul. Richards shooting 2 at the line. He's got 14 tonight. First shot's up, and that one's good. Nick Richards hits it, rolls around the rim, and it went through. 76-67. After this, feel free to join me back for the next game. Duke hosts Miami, as I'll join that game after this one. 5:38 remaining here. Make sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe on my channel as well. I'm Zay2790. Put subscribe to my channel. He has 0 subs. Once you create a video, once you start creating videos, if you ever want to do like a path like that, you'll be able to get like subs that way for you once you start creating content. Georgia with the basketball, right wing perimeter. They pass it out to the top of the key. This is Crump. Crump back over to the top of the free throw circle into the hands of Ty Fagan. Fagan, lob pass into the lane to Anthony Edwards. Edwards, his shot gets blocked in the low post by Richards. Here goes Kentucky. Kentucky puts up the jumper off the backboard. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds. In his last touch by Georgia, I believe. What a block. What a block. Actually, that was E.J. Montgomery taking a look at it. It was Montgomery 23 who got the block on Edwards in the low post. 7 blocks tonight by Kentucky. 77-67. 5 minutes remain in this game, and Kentucky will inbound the basketball in their front court. Kentucky does. They pass it over to the top of the key into the hands of Hagans. Hagans dribbles now to the left wing in the 3-point perimeter. Hagans, free throw circle, moves back to the left wing dribbling. Hagans, lob pass, left baseline into the hands of Richards. Swings back out to Hagans. Hagans into the lane, floats it up, hits the rim, no good, but they get the offensive rebounds. Pass inside the key, and that ball gets out of bounds. As that was E.J. Montgomery bounce pass in the low post to Nick Richards, and Richards last touched at the baseline. Turnover by Kentucky as Georgia will get it right back. E.J. had a huge block right there just a couple moments ago. 4:45 left to go. Georgia with the basketball past the half-court logo. 10-point lead. They have it at the left wing perimeter. For Georgia now left baseline into the hands of Edwards. Swings this one back out on top, and that's another steal by Kentucky. Here goes Kentucky here. Past the half-court logo. They're going to slow down tempo. 4:25 left to go. Calipari Wants them to slow down tempo, get the offense going. Hagans has 4 steals tonight in this one. 17 points by Ashton Hagans. Kentucky has it. Top of the key with the basketball. 13 on the shot clock. 4:13 left remaining in the game. They dribble towards the right wing of the three-point perimeter. Making their move inside. Kentucky floating it up, and they get it to fall. Hagans, he's got 19. Puts it up and then off the backboard for 2. It's a 12-point lead. Georgia going on transition here. Coast to coast, and Kentucky picks up the foul as they got back on defense just in time. 4 minutes left to go. 4 minutes left to go in the game as we head to another stoppage in time in the court right now. 12-point lead by Kentucky. If anybody's new out here on the channel, make sure to drop the like down below. One more like away from 25. Hit the subscribe button as well. As I call play-by-play of basketball action here as we are on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube tonight. Calling play-by-play. Alright, so right now, commercial break. 4 minutes left remaining. Kentucky up by 12 in this game at the moment. We'll go through the college basketball scoreboard for you guys, actually, in just a moment. I'll update you guys with what is going on throughout the college basketball scoreboard tonight here for everyone who is interested right now. So let's take a look at the moment. What is going on tonight as far as the scoreboard? Number 3, Kansas, just obliterating Kansas State. 75-53 is the score. Number 9, Villanova, running away from number 13, Butler, 62-51. In this game, we're on a commercial break. 4 minutes left to go. Kentucky leads by 12, 79-67. Number 17, Maryland, tight one against Northwestern. Last 4 minutes, 65-61 is the score. Maryland leads by 4. Number 21, Illinois, pulling away from Purdue, 64-51. Illinois leads with under 3.5 left remaining. And at halftime, number 18, Texas Tech, leading at Fort Worth against TCU, 31-27 is the score. After this game, feel free, join me back. Duke against Miami. Right after this one, I'll be calling the play-by-play of that game for you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by in this broadcast. I really do appreciate it for everybody who hung out here on the broadcast. If anybody's new on the channel, let me know down in the chat who you are rooting for in this matchup tonight. If you're a Kentucky fan, feel free to let me know. If you're a Georgia fan, let me know down in the chat below. Florida versus LSU. We got a tight one there. LSU, though, leading by 12 as they expand that lead right now at home at Baton Rouge for the LSU Tigers. So 4 minutes left to go as we get right back into this game here as we were just on break. And welcome back, Old Head Deuce, right back onto the channel now. Three minutes, 58 seconds left to go. Ashton Hagans got 19 points, 8 assists so far tonight by Hagans. Got one of the last buckets on the last possession. Boulder Vaughn in the chat, loving the Big Blue Nation for this one. See, he's a Kentucky fan. Boulder Vaughn all the way in Boulder, Colorado. I appreciate it for stopping by once again. Georgia at the free throw line. As Tumani Camaro will be shooting 1-and-1 bonus at the free throw line. He misses it. Rebounded by Kentucky by Nick Richards. Richards puts the ball into the hands of Hagans. Passes over to the left wing perimeter. They set it up once again with Hagans. Hagans hands it off to Maxey. 3:45 remaining. Kentucky leads by 12. Maxey passes to the left wing. Hagans swings it back out once again to Quickly. Over to Maxey once again, and now they dribble to the right wing perimeter. Makes their move inside. Hagans floats this one over to Richards. Richards low post, puts it up and in off the backboard. They're going to count it for 2. Kentucky now up by 14. 81-67 the score. Georgia with the basketball. 3:20 left to go as they dribble past the half-court logo. Camara swings it over to the left wing in the three-point perimeter. Now they pass it to the free throw circle. Georgia dribbling inside, and we got a foul, I think, committed from behind. This is going to be on Keon Brooks as he made contact with a Georgia player. Both of them slipped and fell at the free throw circle. Looked more like a tackle in my view that I was looking at it, but Georgia will go to the free throw line to shoot at the 1-and-1 bonus now. Kentucky just picked up their 7th foul of the second half. Georgia has 17 fouls as well in the second half. So both at 7 as far as the foul limit. so far in this second half here. 3:13 left to go. 14-point lead by Kentucky. Going to the free throw line, shooting two. Shooting with the 1-and-1 actually is Anthony Edwards. Misses it. Misses his first one. Rebound to Kentucky. Wildcats with the basketball. 3 minutes remain in this game now at Rupp Arena for Kentucky. Great offensive explosion tonight by the Wildcats. 81 points, looking to add 90 plus on the board tonight. They only need 9 to do that. Kentucky has at the left wing of the 3-point perimeter. Higgins with 2:50 left to go on the clock, 8 on the shot clock as he dribble drive now, puts up the jumper, this one, air ball, no good, not even close, rebounded Georgia. Georgia with the basketball, past the half-court logo, they take a 3, this one's up, left wing, no good, off the rim, and rebounded by Kentucky, and Georgia picks up the foul. Kentucky will go shoot in the bonus at the free throw line. Number 0, Donnell Gresham picks up the foul, stops the clock with 2:37. 81-67 is the score. Kentucky shooting in the 1-and-1 bonus at the free throw line now. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to drop the like down below, hit the subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. 1-and-1 bonus, Maxey at the free throw line, first shot's good. 15-point lead, largest lead tonight by the Kentucky Wildcats. Tyrese Maxey trying to put it to 16 if he can get this one to go. Kentucky, the last 2:37, trying to complete the regular season sweep of Georgia. They beat them 2 weeks ago by 9 points at Georgia. That shot is good by Maxey. 83-67 now the score. Georgia gets the inbound, dribbles past the half-court logo for the Bulldogs. 2.5 left remaining. They make their move to the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. Kamara with the basketball, passes back into the hands of Edwards. Edwards at the right wing, makes his move, right elbow. Dribble drive inside, and oh, they're going to count it for the bucket, they're going to say, I believe. Or maybe not. It's a blocking foul. They're going to say blocking foul by Kentucky. That was awful close to a block by Kentucky, but they'll say blocking foul. Yes, welcome back, Hal, over onto the channel. Kentucky too strong at home. Yeah, Kentucky has just run away with it in the second half. Georgia, yes, too many turnovers. There was a span that they had like 3 straight turnovers. Towards like, I think like towards the 15-minute mark left to go in the second half. Oh, wow, so you live up in Indiana and you're a Georgia fan. Wow. So, Georgia Bulldogs sports spreads all over to the country. That's awesome for Hal Gabriel out in Indiana, but enjoys watching Georgia sports. Of course, there's a lot of hope in football season as well. They're taking a look at the last play as Edwards tried to put it up. Was that a goaltender or not by Montgomery? That is the question that the refs are looking at right now. If it was a goaltender or not by E.J. Montgomery inside the low post. That was a lethal spin move by Anthony Edwards, just splitting between Richards and... Richards was right in there also. Manuel quickly looked like he might have got hurt on like the face area. He was grabbing his face area after that play. 2:21 left to go. 83-69 the score. Yes, definitely. Kristen, great point there. Kentucky defense done a great job tonight containing Anthony Edwards at Georgia. Holding him to just really low in scoring tonight in this game. Let's see what his numbers are. Anthony Edwards, 11 points. That is it. Below his season average of 19. So Georgia was fouled. They'll go to the free throw line, shoot their shots. Georgia in the double bonus. 2:20 left remaining in this game right now, as Kentucky holds the lead, 83-69. First shot by Georgia at the free throw line. That shot is good. That's the only shot. Oh, they're going to count. They actually did count the goaltend by Montgomery, so it's 83-70. So they convert on a 3-point play. So Georgia went inside, got the basket. They put it as a goaltend when the refs reviewed that at the stand. It was 83-69. Now it's 83-70. Kentucky with the basketball. Past the half-court logo. Clear lane to dribble. Oh, lob over the top right there. They jam it down. Maxey over to Richards, and Richards has 20 tonight for the Wildcats. 15-point lead. 2 minutes remain. Georgia with the basketball. Top of the key. They put it into the hands of Gresham. Gresham at the free throw circle. Swings over right corner perimeter, and another foul. Reaching by Maxey. And it stops the clock. 1:54 in the clock. 1:54 left to go on the clock tonight. By the way, Kansas just obliterated Kansas State tonight. 81-59 is the final. Yaduka Azubuike, 14 rebounds, 10 points, 4 blocks. Christian Braun, 20 points for Kansas. Feel free, guys. Join me after this stream if you guys enjoy college basketball. I'll be back. Duke versus Miami. After the conclusion of this one, I'll probably take like a 5 to 10 minute break, update the scoreboard and everything here for you guys to say Duke versus Miami, and then call that game right after this one finishes. We'll join that game in progress, by the way. Georgia at the free throw line hits their first one. It's 85-71. Shot number 2 coming up at the free throw line now by Georgia. They're up by 14. The shot is good as well. Puts it back to that 13-point game. Kentucky will inbound. 1:54 remaining. Wildcats are looking to pass on the inbound. They do. They put the ball into the hands of Maxey. Maxey takes it past the half-court logo. Maxey at the Kentucky logo, dribbling towards the right wing. And he feeds this one over into the hands now of Montgomery. Montgomery into the hands of Higgins. Higgins with the basketball. 9 on the shot clock. As they dribble drive inside. Kentucky going to the hoop. Floats it up. No good. Too high off the backboard with 1:25 remaining. And rebound of Georgia. Georgia takes the 3. This one's up. And this one is good. What are they going to count? His foot might have been on the line. They say it was a 3. So Georgia hits a 3. They take a timeout as well. 10-point game. We're on the commercial break. Oh, man. Best NCAA logo. That's an interesting question. Oof. There's a lot of cool logos that there are. I don't have one particular favorite, but I mean, I've always been a fan of Providence since I live right down the road from Providence, and they have a pretty cool logo that they do, with the lettering and everything for the Friars, how they make that logo. They got a pretty cool logo. I would say if I had to choose, I would go Providence there. And you never see college basketball teams with that uniform selection, black and white. That is, I think they're one of the only couple of teams that they do have a black and white uniform. Next, that would be cool to do a video on though someday. I'm gonna someday when I do have a chance take a look at every single logo in college basketball with all 353 teams or so, and because there's been a bunch of new teams that's been added in throughout the past decade or so to college basketball. Kentucky will inbound it. They're up by 10. 1:20 remaining. Yes, Patrick putting out. Looks like Kentucky's going to pull off and win this one as Georgia picks up the foul. 1:19 remaining. If you guys enjoyed what I did tonight, make sure to drop the like down below. One more like away from 25. Hit the subscribe button as well here if you enjoy what I do. I also have a football channel where I call football play-by-play. It's called Final Yard Football on YouTube. I just put that in the chat, so feel free to take a look at my football channel as well. And also, feel free to join me back in a little bit. Miami, I'll be calling Miami versus Duke after this game finishes up. I'm going to take probably a 5 to 10 minute break to set up everything with a scoreboard and everything, so it says Miami and Duke instead of Georgia, Kentucky. And then we'll go from there. So we'll join that game in progress. That game is about to tip off any minute from now. I'm actually going to have to bring it up over here so I can get it up. 85-79. The refs are looking at something at the moment at the review board, but Kentucky leads by 10. Last minute of a couple of these college basketball games, it just goes by so slow to some of these games. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Kansas versus Kansas State. There's a fight at the end of the game between teams. Oh my gosh, I just saw the replay. A fight brawling out between Kansas and Kansas State players. That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're throwing punches. Who's that? 22, Silvio De Souza and David McCormick right in the middle of it of Kansas. Oh my gosh, David McCormick punching a security guard, punching a fan too. That's ridiculous. There's going to be suspensions there. Man, David McCormick, 33 and 22 for Kansas. McCormick and De Souza going at it. with Kansas State players and a couple of people behind the basketball net after the game. That poured out like almost into the stands. They're lucky that their stands are set up high in Kansas and not low. Oh my gosh, 86-75 as Kentucky gets the free throw down at the free throw line. That is insane. Fights, fouls, yeah. A player from Illinois got ejected today for stomping on a player from Purdue's chest. That is just ridiculous. Second shot, that one's good at the free throw line. 12-point game. 1:15 left remaining. Georgia with the basketball. Edwards, Joel drive inside, puts up the shot. Edwards going coast to coast, gets to the fall. It's a 2-point shot. With 1:09 left remaining, Edwards got 14. Kentucky will go for the inbound. 1:05 left to go on the clock. They pass it. And we got a timeout. Is that going to be a foul or a timeout taken? Which stops the clock with 1:04 left to go. 1:04 left remaining. And it's going to be a 10-point lead by Kentucky at the moment. Kentucky will get the inbound. Or no, they were going to say Georgia gets the inbound. He said 5-second call by Kentucky. Georgia puts up the three. Oh, he gets the right corner 3-point shot. And they're going to call it a 2. His foot was on the line. 87-79. As Georgia took a deep right corner 2. They connected with it. And that was right after the 10-second violation in the backcourt by Kentucky. Anthony Edwards, though, as everything was going on, Edwards just picked up his 5th foul and he is tossed from the game. He is done. Anthony Edwards has fouled out. Right after that shot, we got 55 seconds remaining. Anthony Edwards has fouled out of this game. This game is getting interesting. I'll be back after this one. Feel free to join me back right after for the next game, Miami versus Duke. I'll be calling play-by-play of that one after the conclusion of this game. If you guys enjoy my channel here, make sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Hit the subscribe button. I call play-by-play of college basketball, March Madness Tournament, NBA, all here on my channel and Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. 55 seconds left to go remaining. What a game. We have another final score alert. Maryland, who was down by double digits early on, just knocked off Northwestern. 77-66. Maryland outscored Northwestern 51-26 in the second half. Kentucky will shoot at the free throw line. They are in the double bonus. Ashton Hagans, 21 points, 9 assists so far. Looking to add to that total. Hagans, first one's up, first one's good. 9-point game. They're almost at 90. What an offensive explosion tonight for Kentucky. Taking a look at their upcoming schedule, by the way. They got on Saturday, Texas Tech. Most likely, I'll probably do that stream if I'm back on time. On Saturday, Hagans hits the next one. He's got 23. And then after that, they take on easy game at home against Vanderbilt next week on January 29th. February 1st, against Auburn. They take on, that game is at Auburn. Georgia, low post, the shot is blocked by E.J. Montgomery. 38 seconds remaining in Kentucky. Will dribble this basketball. Maxey passes the half-court logo. Bounce pass over to his teammate now. Into the lane. Hagans feeds it over. Montgomery. Low post. Oh, he lost control of it, but passes over to the left corner of the perimeter. And Georgia picks up the foul with 29 seconds left to go. So stops the clock again. All that Deuce putting on Maryland is faulty. Can't pass his eye test. Man, it's been a crazy, crazy night already with college basketball. Kansas State pouring out into a fight. An Illinois player getting ejected for stomping on a Purdue player. Insane night in college basketball. 29 seconds left. Kentucky at the free throw line with E.J. Montgomery. Misses it in the bonus. Rebounded Georgia. 10-point game Bulldogs. At the left baseline. They pass it back outside. They take a three. Left corner. It's up. No good. It rattles around. And a rebound by Juzang of Kentucky as they get the basketball past the half-court logo. Georgia won't foul. 12 seconds remaining. Looks like this game will be done. It's been done for a long time. But thanks so much, guys, for stopping by on the channel. 5 seconds left to go as this game goes final. As this is it. Kentucky dribbles out the clock, and they get the W, 89-79, the final tonight at Rep Arena. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the channel. If you guys enjoyed what I did, make sure to hit that thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. And thank you guys so much for stopping by here. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Duke versus Miami, as I'll call play-by-play. We're going to take probably like a 5-minute break. I'll join it in progress as well. I appreciate it. Kristen, thanks so much for stopping by. You guys were absolutely awesome tonight. Feel free, next game, if you guys enjoy basketball, I'll be back Duke versus Miami. If not, tomorrow I'll be back with the NBA, I believe 76ers versus Raptors. If you really enjoy what they did, feel free to turn on notifications as well. As this game has gone final. Final score, 89-79. The final, Kentucky wins over Georgia. Going to sign off here, and I'll be back probably like 5-10 minutes from now with Duke against Miami.